Hello everyone and welcome to part 5 of the Pirates of the Aquan. So last time a lot of stuff happened in the town, which is pretty much all that we got to in that session. What's his name?
I got into jail.
Yes. You got into jail and
Uzai.
yeah, Jazai got into jail and the captain was talking to myriad people, different people, and trying to get your suit back, which then he lost, um, which is an interesting adventure. And the only other thing that was important,
The
truly important,
captain was going to get me back.
well, yes, but the other thing that happened that we're currently in the middle of and we had to stop is that the captain was talking to some weird guy in a magic shop, and he tried to do some sort of mystical mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, that was done. His fortune teller orb. He was told a few names, and well, he was then told to leave.
Well, he was said basically that something was blocking him. Like the captain saw a bunch of stuff in the orb, but the guy said something was blocking him and he couldn't figure out what was going on, and he started putting his stuff away and said, I can't help you. And then he walked out of the room, or tried to, before.
Yeah. Before I jumped over the counter and I tried to grab him, like just grab him before he leaves.
Okay. Make a grapple check, and he doesn't realize whether or not you have good intentions, so he is going to resist you.
Well, someone all of a sudden that was all also come in his shop. That seems not to be good intentions to me.
Come on, there we go. Well, 6 is higher than 3. Super
It
low
is indeed.
resistance checks and everything. So you attempt to grab his shoulder or something, and he just sort of pushes you back, not realizing what you're doing, and then he just walks into the back area of this shop.
Okay, before he walks off, I'm telling him to stop.
Something you can do each and every day whenever you want, isn't it?
Well, you just tell him to stop? Nothing else?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yeah, of course I'll do something else. Just depends on what he does.
Okay. He stops in his tracks and he goes, I already told you I can't help you. What else do you want?
Well, clearly you can. The problem is you don't want. Now, we could do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way. Because I want answers.
He goes, it doesn't matter. The result is that I can't help you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try and kidnap this person. So I'm gonna go.
No, first inside, you smart dum dum.
Yeah, inside first, of course. I'm inside guy.
You get that he has information, but he's reluctant to tell you due to some sort of danger. He seems afraid.
Okay, so I will. I will kidnap him. This is a great plan.
Okay.
So,
So-
I'm just gonna run towards him, and I'm starting to hit him.
What? Why
Okay.
don't you tell him that you
So
can
that's,
protect him from whatever is going to come after him?
That's a crit on the first hit, so I need him to make a con save as well.
Okay. He's like a shopkeeper guy that has a few magical abilities that he can use.
Yeah, he is a magic shop dealer, so, well, people did walk around his shop with a big arc, so yeah.
Wow. He rolled an 18
He
with
makes
a
it.
-1.
He still takes all of that damage, and I'm gonna hit him again.
13. That is 17. Wait, 30 damage on the first hit.
He is still standing, but barely. But unfortunately,
And
11 is not enough to hit him.
I have more attack. Is 12 enough?
No.
Is a crit enough?
Yes, that is.
No, it's barely enough. You just need one more.
Okay.
So is he out with a second crit?
Okay, so 11 and 23. I just want to see how much damage you did do. Okay.
In case I don't overkill them.
Yeah, you didn't.
Okay.
So a loud scuffle happens as he falls to the floor.
Okay, so I just
did-
quickly grab him.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now I need to think about my escape plan. 'Cause,
In short, you
okay,
didn't think this
so-
through, did you?
No. Why would I?
He did, but he just didn't think.
Well, I thought through. I was gonna kidnap him. In that case, I will. Is there anything like in the shop that I could put him in, like a duffel bag or something like that?
No.
I will say one thing. Make sure it's not a bag of holding.
There are jars and vials and various items that appear to be enchanted. However, nothing looks big enough or strong enough to hold him or anything like that. Like, there's nothing that's going to hide a body.
Okay, so
Like,
in
there's
that
sacks,
case,
but not big enough to fit him in.
I will just take him on my shoulder and we'll run into the back room where all the shopkeeper went.
Okay, you run into the back room. It's sort of like a beaded doorway. It's got like beads hanging down. So you go through the beaded doorway and you see a hallway that leads in two directions, one to the left and one to the right.
I'm gonna shout out, "We need your help over here."
Okay, as soon as you say that, you see him coming out from the left side, and he goes, "What was that noise? What happened?"
He slipped and fell.
He slipped and fell and hit 4 things.
Yeah,
That
there's
is
some
possible.
more
I've,
stuff
I've
happening
seen
in
it
the
actually.
counter.
It is possible.
He heard you swing and hit some stuff on the counter the 2 times you missed, so he heard 4 noises.
Yes. So yeah, he was quite a clumsy individual.
And he looks at you carrying him and he goes, "So, where are you taking him?"
Well, do you have anything to help him out with?
Yes, and he starts walking towards you because you're standing where the magical items that they sell are.
Okay. So I will bide my time, so I'll just follow him straight behind him.
Okay, so he walks out into the store and he starts rooting through trying to take some stuff out. Possibly some healing potions.
Okay. Well, this is even better. I get free healing potions too.
So then
Okay.
he takes out-
Mug. You
No,
mug.
I just wanted to say something because he's bent down looking for stuff, right?
Mhm.
Would he be considered prone or something like that if I were to just ambush him?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
He's like
So
bending
in that case, I
but
will.
he's not like laying on the ground.
I will make an insight check to see if I can figure out how strong this individual is with my empathic feat
Okay.
against his deception.
Okay, against his deception. Not that this guy is really the type to deceive. 15.
Okay, so I kind of get an insight into his how he will fight and stuff. So I would get advantage on everything next turn.
Okay.
So what does he do?
He doesn't
on
look
that
like a
second?
fighter. He doesn't look like somebody who fights people. So the information that you would get would be he's a civilian.
Okay, so in that case, if I think he's a civilian, I will. Huh. Yeah, I will just let him know, like as he's searching there. Now here's the thing. I need the services of this man. However, I don't intend to rob or cause any more problems for your business. So if you were to help me put him in something, so we could make our way out to sea, I promise you no
He was with you until
harm
you
will
said
come to you
put
in the
him
shop.
in something to bring him out to sea. And then he goes,
Yes.
so, you plan to kidnap the shopper?
I mean, you seem like a pretty decent shopkeeper. Don't you want to run this establishment?
I'm just a clerk.
Look around. It's about great on.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. You kind of cut out for a second.
Time
It's
for an
about
upgrade.
time for an upgrade.
Oh, okay. He goes, can you give me 1 second?
I'm gonna make an insight to see if he's gonna call the guards or.
Okay, sure.
I would say no.
15.
He looks like he's going to leave the shop. You're not sure what he's going to do after that, but that's what you get.
Okay. If I get that, then I'm just gonna knock him out. So I start attacking him.
Okay.
That's a 23 because I used my feet.
Yes.
And that's non-lethal damage. But yeah.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Okay. And I will just take whatever potions he was doing, because I mean potions, sure.
Yeah, you take 2 vials of red liquid. You don't know what they do.
Okay. Good. Liquid. And I will just search around the whole shop. There's nothing like I could put them in or anything.
No. There's nothing like that.
I will okay. Take him back here, and I will like go to exits and I will scout to see if there's any clear ways.
Okay, so are you going to the main exit?
Yeah, like I'm checking the exits to see if there's
Okay,
anyone,
the main exit, you look out and you see tons of guards just standing there, but you see lots of civilians too. But it's pretty heavily guarded for just a street.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you could try to stealth through, but you might have like 10 guys who make perception checks to see if they notice you.
Okay, but I'm talking about the back area.
Okay, if you go to
anywhere else,
like you said, all the exits, so that was one. You go to the back area, and you notice that you go back to where the guy came from to see if there's an exit there. That's just a room that appears to be like an alchemical room. It's got like beakers and Bunsen burners, like little things with flames underneath. So that way you can heat liquid, like that. But there's no exit there, so you go to the other way, and you see that there's just a door, and it leads into an alleyway. However, on both sides of the alleyway are 2 guards on either side.
Okay. Huh. I guess I will just like I'm gonna kind of, you know how you would like to carry a drunk with you, like have him slumped on one of your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of do that for this guy and go out the back.
Okay, you go out the back. Are you attempting to be stealthy?
Well, I would prefer if they don't see me, but I will also like carry it so it might seem like I'm just carrying a drunk.
Okay, make a stealth check at disadvantage, then. See what happens.
Sure. 10 done.
Alright. So 4 guys. They're gonna see you exit the shop. Or try to. Notice you exit the shop.
Gonna try to spot you on the spot.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, so all the guards just sort of hear the door open and watch you exit. And the one that got a nat 20 just walks over and puts his hand out and he says, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I'm just trying to get this poor fella home. Can't you see he's out cold?
I see that he's out cold, but you are not an employee of this shop. So what are you doing here?
Oh, we're going down that road.
Sorry, what did you say? Because Gio was talking.
Yeah, no, instead of that, I'll actually say, yeah, I'm his father. I came to pick him up. He was doing a terrible job.
Why you not say good
Came
Samaritan?
up to work drunk.
He looks at you he like side eyes you. You're gonna need to make a persuasion roll on that one.
Persuasion. I'm
At
terrible at
disadvantage.
that. It's not gonna work.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage too.
Yeah, because he doesn't recognize you.
0.
He goes, right. And then he motions for people behind you to start approaching.
Okay, so I start climbing up on the roof with him on my back.
Alright, make an acrobatics check, but first he gets a swing at you unless if you disengage.
No, I'll rather dash, so I'm just a lot quicker.
Okay, so he gets a chance to swing at you. 21 to hit.
Don't worry. That hits.
Okay.
Well, technically, I not want to go 0, so I get some temporary HP. But yeah, just my sake.
Okay. So He deals 8 damage to you. As you move out of his space, now I need you to make an acrobatics check to see if you can climb the wall. Did I disconnect?
No, I hear you perfectly, Ben. You're asked to make an acrobatics check.
I think he's frozen. Considering he's just sitting there
frozen,
smiling.
Yes.
He's just like...
Yeah. Well, that's I will message him. Just give me a moment if I can find it.
See if his internet crashed.
Yeah, hello?
Oh, hello. There we go.
Yeah, my internet cut out.
Have
So
you
yeah, I was about to
noticed?
take damage.
Okay, yeah, you take damage. You take that 8 damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna reduce my temper HP then.
Okay. And since you are continuing to go, I need an acrobatics check, which I assume is better than your athletics, but if your athletics is better, you can use that.
Okay.
To climb the wall.
Okay, if I want to spend a key to triple my jump distance, would it give me advantage?
I'll say that if you triple your jump distance, you'll jump to the roof.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to the roof and I'm gonna start running like crazy running. Let's see, 135 feet.
Okay. So you run. However, you do hear below. He's getting away! Get him! He's on the roof!
Just
Things
like
of that
last
nature.
time.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try to run like crazy until I lose them, and I'm gonna try to hide.
Okay. I'll say that eventually you're far enough away that anybody who would have heard that shouting would be too far away. And you can attempt to hide if you wish.
Okay.
Which is a stealth roll.
Stealth roll. 10.
Alright. So some people might find it suspicious what you're doing, so let's see if they notice.
Yeah, how many other good Samaritans there are in town?
These people I will trick, don't worry.
Okay, 2 guards. One just notices you and then taps the other one to go over, which is the guy who got a 10, and the guy who got a 15 was the one who is coming over towards you. And they see you, like, hunched over behind a building, carrying a guy on your shoulder. And the guy comes over and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" Very similar interaction so far.
Okay, so I'm just telling him, stay back, please. It's not worth it. He's got the smallpox, and I'm gonna try and fear him.
Okay. So he has to roll what against
Wisdom
the fear?
save.
Seems legit.
Wisdom save. Okay, they're not the wisest, but
Let's see,
15.
what's my DC? It's
Like I said, seems legit.
Yeah, he succeeds. It's not
okay.
fair.
So he looks at you. He notices like an aura around you, which is what's causing the fear. And he shrugs it off, and then he goes, "All right," and he starts motioning for those other guards to start coming towards you.
Same thing again. I spent a key to jump to the roof, and I keep running.
Okay, he's gonna get an opportunity attack. A very similar situation.
Yes.
Seems like they have a procedure. So 20.
I just need to come up with better lies. That's all. 20
As
hits.
always.
This could go on for hours.
Yep, it's good. Well, until his key points run out, you mean?
Yeah, that's true. So you take 6 damage!
Okay.
Oh no! Whatever really do?
And you jump on top of the building.
And I keep running. I try to make it back to that shady inn or whatever.
Okay. You're headed in that direction, however, I'll say that you're still within town when you, again, lose your heat temporarily, and you can hide again.
Okay, stop. 23. This time, it's good.
Okay, they're still gonna try, but they may not succeed. 15, 12, and 19. So, no, nobody notices you jump down into the alleyway as you attempt to lose the guards. The guards, you assume that there's probably guards on this alleyway too. However, perhaps they heard the shouting of somebody else, or perhaps they're distracted on another criminal. And the alleyway is unguarded.
Okay. So I try and make my way back there to that shady inn.
Okay, you make it to the Shady Inn. Because that was close enough that where you didn't have to make another roll.
Okay. I will just kind of bring him back in with me and put him on one of the tables, like just slumped over.
Okay. He's slumped over in the chair.
I will look. Do I recognize anyone? Do I recognize the people from before, actually?
They're not back yet.
Okay.
Because it hasn't even been a day yet. It's been maybe a couple hours.
I'm gonna go over to the barkeep and I'm still looking at him like pretty often, but I'm gonna look over to the barkeep. Does it seem like he would do shady business?
You can make an insight check to determine that. Yeah, he definitely has some drugs under the counter, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So I will just kind of get a bit close to him and I will whisper him. Would I be able to arrange a delivery to a certain ship?
He goes, "What do you need delivered?"
A crate. Its contents isn't important.
Do you have that crate with you? Perhaps.
I have its containments, but not the crate itself.
He goes, "Alright.
Somewhere nearby.
We do have crates. What size are you thinking?"
I just like a big crate, basically.
Okay. He goes, "Alright. When do you need it by?"
Today.
Okay.
As soon as possible.
Well, I know you said that the contents aren't important, but if we can't have the contents to put in the crate, then we can't deliver it for you.
I have the contents, that's fine. Just hand me the crate and I'll be back with it.
He side-eyes you, but he's willing to do some shady stuff for money. So he goes, "Alright."
What money you don't have?
He walks into the back, and she comes out with another guy carrying like a two-handed. It's about 8 feet long and 2 or 3 feet deep.
Okay.
And
Long, deep, and
wide.
now we need wide.
Yeah, wide. It's about 3 feet wide. Because you said a pretty big crate, so you weren't specific. So they give you a pretty big one that's a lot bigger than what you need, but either way, it takes 2 people to carry, and they carry it out to you. And they said, "Here, if you can carry it yourself, be our guest."
Okay. So I take it, and
Okay, it's a bit unwieldy, but you can carry it.
Okay. So I head out, and basically my goal is without them notice or Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy in this crate. This is my goal.
Okay, so roll a stealth check to see if they notice you take the guy out of the bar.
It did.
Okay? Because he wants to see what it is, because he's just curious. He doesn't care really what it is, probably. But he's still curious as to see what it is.
This was planned, don't worry.
However, he does not succeed. Some patrons get in his way as you slip out of the bar with this guy and the box. And so you have a box and a guy. And you're outside the bar and nobody's like come over to stop you. At least yet.
Okay. So I asked them, so how much for you to deliver this to a ship in town?
He goes, well, usually it depends on the contents, but since you're taking the bigger box, 15 gold.
With 15 gold, I would have to go and retrieve more. How about I just give you 10 and it gets done?
Persuasion.
No, here's what happens. He says, fine, but there better be somebody on the ship who can pay us the rest.
Just ask around.
He nods. Fine, we'll take the 10.
Okay, because 10 is my background goal, so that's gone.
Okay. Yeah, so he takes the 10. He's willing to do it as long as he's going to get paid his full amount. So the barkeep motions for that guy that you saw come out from the back to go, and as long as you have the crate packed. So did you pack the crate?
What do you mean? Like with other stuff?
No, did you put the guy in the crate?
Yeah.
And close the crate?
Yeah.
Okay. So you close the crate. Nobody seems to have bothered you since you're next to the shady bar anyway.
I also made sure he was properly unconscious for a while. Like I probably just hit him again before.
Okay, you do that. But still, he'll be unconscious for an hour after you hit him. So that's just how the mechanics work. So he will wake up if it takes longer than that.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna stalk the crate where it goes.
So you're gonna try to follow the guy?
Yes.
Okay, so you give him the ship's name, which is the Swimming Titan.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So he motions for that guy that helped him carry the box to go, and he takes another guy with him, and they pick up the crate on either side, and you watch them start heading towards the dock.
Okay. So I just follow them just from a distance behind.
Okay, make a stealth check to see if they notice you. You're not sure if they're going to care or not, but sure.
18.
Okay. They're going to roll to see if they see. And since there's a second guy, the guy who's looking back notices you following, but he doesn't say anything.
Okay. So yeah.
Like, he looks directly at you, and you know that he saw you, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And they start taking the package to the dock. They get to the dock, and the harbor master, one of the dudes who makes sure that the packages that are going through aren't contraband, that sort of thing.
Like people.
They take the box to him, and you see one of them go up to the guy and whisper in his ear something that you can't see because he's purposely covering his mouth. And you see his hand deftly and quickly go into the guy's hand. His hand puts something in the other guy's hand. And the guy goes, he nods and he has like a stamp in his hand, and he puts a stamp on the box. And they lift the box and take it to the ship.
Okay. So yeah, I will try and make my way on to the ship after that as well. Just
Okay, and
well,
they
the
don't
harbor
care.
guard has seen me there before, so I'll just walk normally, I guess.
Okay. You start walking normally and get on the ship. Nobody cares once you get on the ship. And the guy who was delivering the package, he's noticed you, but since you were the one who wanted the package delivered, he doesn't care that you are watching them. And they're on the ship and they're walking around asking for some gold. Nobody has given it to them yet, but they're asking.
Okay, so
If they say they got some kind of weird guy that looks like a captain,
Yeah, the captain can do something, but you notice them approaching people on the ship to get 5 gold. But none of the crew members, they don't have 5 gold just sitting on their person.
okay, I guess I will just look for the ship. Like, where would I find 5 gold?
the one room you never ever went in, but someone else did.
You can make an investigation check of the ship.
Sure. 20.
You go to the place where would most likely be some gold, the captain's quarters. And you're hoping that he's going to be willing to forgive you after you do what you do, rather than asking permission because he's not here. And you just go into his desk, and one of the drawers just has a bunch of gold sitting in it with other various trinkets. And
Yeah, I
you
just take 5 gold then.
Yeah, you take 5 gold pieces out.
People. Yeah.
All right, and you go and pay them. They nod as you give them the 5 gold, and they walk off the ship. You now have a crate, and
I'm
that process took about a half hour.
Okay, I'm gonna take that crate too. Didn't I have a room or something?
Yeah, you have like a special
Yes.
quarters.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the crate in there. And we're gonna have some fun.
Okay, so
Some
before that
screaming,
happens,
painful fun.
um, we're gonna cut to the jail, and
I'm still out because they put a sleep spell on me.
however, you awaken when your Captain Bloodbeard is standing over you, smacking the side of your face lightly.
I just play along and say, ouch, 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 ouch.
Yeah, he was just lightly tapping you to wake you up. And you awaken and you see him standing in your cell.
I fucked up, didn't I?
He goes, "You know the rules."
Yeah, I do.
And he looks back at the jailer and he says, "So, how much was his bail again?" And you see a person standing there with a sheet of paper, or a book, technically. And he goes,
Perception, I don't want them to cheat him out of money. I know they will, because he's a pirate.
"Okay, you can make a perception."
Where did I put it? Where did it go? Perception. 7, damn it.
Unfortunately, he has the book back facing you, so you can't read what he's reading. So he's flipping through the pages and he goes, "So for attempted robbery, resisting arrest,
Attempted robbery, excuse me.
and he says, for attempted robbery, resisting arrest, assaulting a city guard, multiple counts of assaulting a city guard, threats against the town itself. Let's see. Um, Potentially putting citizens at risk, threatening a shopkeeper. All of this comes to a total of 1,000 gold.
Yeah, the robbery is not true. I paid for my wares.
We said attempted robbery.
I never attempted robbery.
That's not what the shopkeeper says.
Oh, the damn bastard. Should have seen it coming, damn it. Of course that dick would do that.
He closes the book.
Clearly indicating that the shopkeeper is just being a dick.
Yes, you clearly weren't planning to rob him, and you didn't give off any indications of that. However, you refused to pay him initially, and then he just said that you were attempting to rob him. That's just how it goes. So, the Captain Bloodbeard just goes, "That's a steep price, even for those crimes." And the jailer closes the book and goes, "Well, that's what happens when you're a suspected pirate." And he goes, "Fine." And he just takes out a huge pouch and just throws it at the guard, and the guard stumbles over onto his butt because of how heavy the pouch is. And he goes, "You can stop us if you count it fast enough and realize I didn't pay you enough." And he picks you up.
Just get up and go with my captain.
Alright. He leads you out of the building. He's got his hand on the back of your coat.
I just accept it, knowing I fucked up.
And he leads you out of the guard station, the stockade. And he goes, "Surprised at you. You've done this before, but you're gonna have to make
losing my
up for that.
temper?
Come on, this is a heavily guarded town, and you knew that."
Well, if you get prodded, poked, and threatened, of course you would lose your temper.
Maybe. Maybe not. As he's leading you down the street.
You know how well we get our.
That doesn't matter at this moment anyway. You're gonna have to make up for what you did, but if you don't before we reach back to the cove, you are going to have to take a demotion.
Oh, I can pay it back tenfold, Captain. Me and my little toy that I found can do that easily.
He goes, "Well, that's up to you to figure out. However, you're heading back to the ship immediately." As he's holding onto the scruff of your jacket.
No, don't resist. That. Okay, Captain.
Alright, so he leads you back to the ship. Cursed Captain, as you're putting your stuff back in, you're putting your crate in your quarters, you see Captain Bloodbeard sort of just toss Jazai into his quarters and shuts the door behind him, and then just walks away.
I'll just let Bloodbeard know that. I'll just get his attention.
Okay, he walks over and he goes, "It's not bad, I hope."
Well, no. I did have to borrow some money for a shipment, seeming as I don't carry much value on me. But I have found information about what we're looking for.
And he goes, "First, where did you get the gold? And second, how much?"
5 gold pieces from your chambers.
He goes, "I'm fine with that. What did you need the gold for?"
A delivery.
And he looks at the crate in your quarters, and he goes,
And I just at that point I open the crate and he sees a person inside.
and he goes, as long as you know what you're doing, and you're gonna get information that's helpful.
He's got the information we need.
He goes, all right, and nobody caught you doing this?
Well, nobody that could keep up.
He goes, all right, well, as long as nobody approaches this ship and tries to search it, then we're fine.
Very next day, we're being approached.
And he goes, but if we are, you will have to deal with it.
Yeah, sure. I just shrug. If
And he
fate
goes,
will have if fate will have it done that way, then it shall.
He goes, all right, just don't disappoint me like he did. And Jizai, you are in your room, and you notice that you didn't get your items back when he got you released. So any items that you had with you, apparently they're confiscated.
Yeah, no trouble. I mean, 24 hours, more than enough to find them and get the gold back.
So, here's we're switching back to the cursed captain.
Okay, so I'm just pulling him out, putting him on the bed, just waiting for him to wake up.
Okay. But
Question: what time is it currently in the day in the game?
you guys arrived afternoon. It's getting dark out at this point.
And there is a curfew, I presume.
There's no curfew. There's just a heavy guard presence during the night as well as the day.
Okay, that's good then. Well, get out of my room and start strolling around, just quote-unquote sightseeing, which actually is planning ahead my, well, robbery.
Okay, sure. So, Bloodbeard notices you leave your quarters. But
No
he
stuff,
doesn't
nothing,
do
just
anything.
leave it.
He doesn't do anything. But he notices that you leave, and he shoots you a disapproving look. But other than that, he doesn't do anything.
I don't have anything, so I can't cause any trouble.
That's not true, but
I don't have anything. The clock is still in my room. Do you think I'm going to take that with me right now?
you could still cause a scene and get arrested again.
Yes.
That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, this time we're just going to be like, okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah, and he sees you leaving. He doesn't do anything, but he just looks at you disapprovingly. So, Cursed Captain, as he leaves, your package awakens, and he goes, "Where am I?"
Oh, that's not very important now, is it?
He just looks at you, breathing heavily.
And I will just very calmly, sitting on a chair next to the bed, I will tell him again. So, you already chose the hard way to do this, but it's not too late to change your mind.
What do you want to know?
I want to know what that entity is.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I'm terrible at that. Persuasion.
If you don't know how dangerous it is already, I'll tell you. It's dangerous. Back away from it.
I do not intend to back away from it. Now you could either hold out your information, and I'll just have to punch it out of you. Eventually, you'll tell. They all do.
He goes, It's not gonna be as bad as what this thing will do to me if I tell you.
We'll see about that. And I start punching him.
Okay. Roll attacks for how many you want to do in the turn.
So he just woke
Is
up.
there
He has
any way,
one hit point.
Yeah,
I
he's
could-
just woke up. He has one hit
He's
point.
yeah. So every hit you do and damage will knock him out in one go.
Is there any way I could like cause him pain without damaging him?
You can. You just have to be creative with what you want to do. So you have to determine what you want to do.
I'm a monk, so I've studied ki, and I know what vital parts are in the body. Would I be able to like punch non-vital spots in his body, like to not?
I'll just say that if you punch, your punches are considered like weapon attacks. So that will deal damage. So if you punch, it's going to deal damage.
Okay. No. I guess do I have any rope? I assume the ship has plenty of rope.
Yeah, there's plenty of rope around.
So yeah, I'm just gonna tie him up from his legs upside down in my chamber.
And you're gonna hang him from the ceiling or something? Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna hang there for a while.
Okay.
I'm just sitting in the room waiting until he speaks or do whatever he wants.
He just says, "You realize this isn't gonna get you anywhere, right?"
Yeah, I'll let you hang until you heal up a bit.
All right.
And I kind of like crack my knuckles.
He remains silent unless if you say anything else to try and intimidate him or anything like that. Nothing's gonna happen.
Well, you can intimidate him by telling him that you will punch him to an inch of unconsciousness, and then let him heal up again, and then do it all over again.
Okay, so I'm just kind of waiting until he is healed up a bit. So I will assume like an hour, and then I want to do something.
Yeah, he heals up naturally. If it's considered a short rest, but he wouldn't regain any magic or anything because it's not restful because you're hanging him upside down.
Yeah. Okay, so I just kind of like focus on spots that would hurt, and I punch him, non-lethal damage.
Okay, so you punch him, roll to attack. Okay, you inevitably have to roll damage.
So that's a lot.
He has quite a bit of HP.
I just don't have to crit on the last hit. That's all.
So that's 8 plus 17. Okay, so you deal some damage to him, and he goes, and then after he recovers from the pain, what do you wish to do?
I will ask him. So, if you're so scared of this, no. Instead, I will ask him. You should be more scared of me than this entity right now, and I'm gonna try and fear him.
Okay.
Yes.
He has to roll a what?
Wisdom save.
Okay. 11.
So he fails, so he gets frightened.
Yes, he's frightened. However,
it wears
only
off.
lasts
It lasts around. So it wears off as I punch him unconscious. 13, does that hit?
No.
Crit.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay, so 10
34, I think.
plus
Total.
Yeah. Alright, he's knocked unconscious.
And I'm gonna give him one of the red potions, red liquids.
Okay, you give him one of the red liquids. He flashes back to consciousness. And he goes,
And I will tell him, I can keep doing this all day. If you don't want to spit out what you know.
technically, have you removed his mask yet?
I have not
Give him
yet.
the potion?
Oh, well, yeah, I would do it now. Like, to remove his mask. So yeah, now would I do it.
Okay, he is a very heavily scarred tiefling. And he, like his eye is almost gouged out, and he has a heavy scar on his face, on his cheek that goes down, and it's exposing like muscle and sinew and stuff like that. And on the other side, he has like no eyelid, and there's a heavy scar down that side as well.
Okay. So I will just tell him. I have no more will left to live, but if you do, you should tell me, or you will not live.
I'd rather die than
Okay.
be tortured for eternity.
I'll see about that, and I will. I guess I will just keep like waiting for him to recover and punching the shit out of him, and waiting for him to recover and punching the shit out of him for a day.
Okay, I'll say you do it once more. What do you say to him after the second time? Because you know that the reason why he's not talking to you is because he views you and what you're doing as less than what's going to happen to him if he divulges the information. So you're just going to have to convince him somehow.
Okay, so yeah, I will just very threateningly tell him that don't think you'll get off that easy. You'll be here for years and years, and even after that, I'll find somebody who can take your soul. I really want to intimidate him.
As soon as you say something about the soul, then you get to make another. You get to make an intimidation check.
I'm terrible at those. 16, yeah, that's good.
You still succeed.
Okay.
He goes, well, that's what this thing is gonna do to me if I tell you.
And it will happen if you don't. So make up your mind. Do you want to live this life peacefully or not?
He sighs.
And besides, if we do end up killing this creature, you'll be rid of it.
He sighs, and he says, fine. I'll tell you, just let me down.
Okay, so I just cut him down.
Okay, he falls onto the bed. He's bloodied, and he's probably going to have a few more scars after what you just did to him, but he was heavily scarred, which was why I was saying that he was really hard to get through. He knows what pain is like. So he just sits there on the bed, and he goes, it's an ancient entity that lives in the ocean. I was telling the truth about one thing. It was trying to block me. I couldn't get its name. Those little sticks on the counter that you saw, they were supposed to reveal it, but I didn't get anything. I just got that it was an ancient entity.
Did you get like a location, anything like that?
Yes. I saw that it was in one of the nearby islands. Its power is greatly diminished, but it's gaining more due to the fact that it has more followers than it's had in a long time. And he says, give me a map.
Okay. So I will take him to wherever we had a map. I think Captain's quarters had a map, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So you take him up to Captain Bloodbeard, and he sees this guy, and he goes, "Oh, hello. Seems that one of my crewmates has taken the liberty of taking you into his custody. Are you all right?" And the guy goes, "I'll live." As he walks over to the map, and he sees there's a map of the local area.
Yeah.
That's on the board at the moment, and he sees that there's different things drawn to different locations, and he says, "Seems that you've been looking into this for a little while." And the captain says, "Well, yes, we've been looking into this. Do you have any information for us?" And the guy goes, his hand is shaky due to the fact that he's been in pain for a while. And he just sort of points to an island that has no pin on it. And it's very small, and it appears to be just like a decorative mark on the map rather than an actual island. But he says, "There." And the guy, Captain Bloodbeard, says, "Wait, this is an actual place? It's not just a decorative mark on the map?" And he says, "There's a small, small island in this location. Most people just ignore it. Just looks like a rock above the water. You have to go underwater to get to the location. There's a cave underwater that you can get through if you can go underwater. It's quite far, but this is the location you need to go to." And Captain Bloodbeard puts a tack in that spot.
Okay. Well, thanks for being so forthcoming. But you should stick around on the ship until we find out if you're speaking the truth or not.
He looks at you and he goes, "Fine." And he just sort of sits down in this room.
So I tell Bloodbeard, well, I got the location, but we still need something to breathe underwater. I, for one, cannot hold my breath that long.
Captain Bloodbeard says, "Well, Jazai could, in theory, last long underwater, but his suit has been confiscated. They wouldn't allow me to pay to get it back. They say that it's a weapon of mass destruction and won't allow me to have it."
Yeah, I did see them carrying it away. However, there was too many guards. Couldn't do anything about it.
You did something about it, you liar.
Well, it's not. I'm not lying. Technically, there was too many guards. So I couldn't do anything about it. I did do something, but I couldn't
Yeah, he couldn't succeed in
Yes.
getting it away, is basically what his point is. The captain doesn't know any difference anyway,
Yeah.
so he just nods and says, "Yeah, they're storing it away. Apparently Jazai threatened to blow up the entire town, so he claimed that the source was that suit, so they're not going to give it back to me willingly."
I mean, if the town is meant to blow up, it will.
And he goes, "That's true, but they are attempting to disarm it."
So what do you want to do about it?
He goes, "Well, Jazai seems to have left, even though I kind of was hoping he would stay. So I hope that he's going to rectify the situation."
So how long did he take about, well, beating up his captive?
Yeah, we're gonna get back to you in a second. So
No,
we'll
how
get
long did he take? Cause
Like all
Desire
day.
wouldn't stay out for long. He would just be like touring, looking around at the buildings that he is gonna the
Yeah,
village, so to say.
and we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, because
So
I
don't
would have been
worry.
up quite a while, like you waking up, punched out, wake up, punched out. I would assume I would have gotten my short rest too, because I mean, it's out for an hour
Yeah,
almost the time.
you were doing that for like an hour and a half.
So yeah, and I will, I will just let them know. Well, we'll definitely need something to help us breathe underwater, unless
And
you
he
want to
goes,
send him alone. But it seems like this is one powerful entity.
he goes, well, I can look into it, but for now, it seems like it's late, and I don't want to go knocking down doors in the middle of the night. Too many guards.
Okay, so I will just take the prisoner back to. Do we have like anywhere we could store prisoners or something like that?
He goes, well, we do have a brig in case of mutiny. You can lock him up there if you want.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Alright, so as you go to lock him up, I'll say that you succeed in doing so. But while that's happening, we're going to switch back to Jazai. So what did you want to do on the shore?
I'll check out the bank that's there, I hope. It would be logical to have a bank on an island that is trading and such.
Yeah, there's a... It's not like a place where there's a ton of money. Like, they just do, like, currency exchanges and stuff like that. But there's still money there, and there's a vault. But it's not like you're gonna walk in there and it's gonna be like, um, what's that place called? The place with all the gold
Fort
bars in
Fort
the
Knox.
state. Yes. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna walk in there and there's gonna be like 10,000 bars or anything like that.
No, only 5,000.
No, more like maximum 100. If they even have them on stock. Like, they just do currency exchanges and stuff like that. So they have like a little bit of money there. But it's different currencies, and so it's like bills, or what would be the equivalent of bills in this universe, like
Platinum?
yeah, but it's like those things that say that they paid with so much money. Like, it has a writ of something. Writ
a check.
of... Yes, kind of like that. Yeah, that's the closest thing in our world that it would. Like, it says that this piece of paper is good for this much money. People would go in there and give them that piece of paper and get money in exchange. Things like that. So there's a whole bunch of that in there. I think they call them notes, but I'm not sure. Anyway, and there's some money, like, they're in individual coin pieces. There's some bars, but not many. But it's mostly just like if you were to rob a bank and steal like quarters, only quarters, or something
How
like that.
much would there be if you were saying it like that? Because it doesn't sound
There's
like
quite a bit of
10,000.
money, but it's all in like small amounts. Like, there's plenty of copper and there's plenty of silver coins,
But
things
no,
like that.
like gold or platinum.
There's some, but not nearly as much as there is copper and silver and whatnot, because they're mostly doing small money exchange.
Well, still, it can add up.
Yeah.
And then we have the prison I was in. I'm just gonna view it from the outside.
Okay. You look at the outside. The night shift has come, and they're even more heavily guarded the station at night than they are during the day. So they have like 8 or 9 more guards just sort of standing around the area.
If they're looking at me, I just wave at them like, hello, while just walking around.
Yeah, one guy walks up to you as if he's gonna walk up to you if you don't move. Like he's basically trying to shoo you away.
Yeah, if he's coming to me as I'm just watching something that is seeming to be at some point gathering attention from a few people, but then they continue on. But I'm
Okay.
just studying it more in a way.
Yeah, and he's walks up to you. If you're going to continue to loiter, he's going to walk up to you and start talking to you or shoo you away.
Yeah, if it's like one of those things that I just described, I'm just going to. Well, if he comes up to me, I'm gonna be like asking him, "What's that thing? It seems so odd."
And what are you pointing to?
The thing that most people are looking at for a moment and to be like, "Huh," and then they walk on.
Oh, so you're just pointing in a random direction at nothing.
Well, something interesting, I said.
Well, there isn't like a tourist attraction nearby.
Yeah, but
So,
something that catches people's eye for a moment, and they be like, "Huh,
yeah,
haven't
so
seen
you
that
point at a
before."
shop sign. Okay, sure.
Oh.
And he
Some
he
kind
looks
of
up at the shop
architecture of the
sign.
building.
Yeah,
Architecture of the building. That
okay.
word.
He looks at the building and he goes, "It's a building." And then he looks at you and he says,
Uh,
"What are you doing here? State your
well,
business.
looking around.
Move
That
along."
illegal sin? Okay. I walk on, knowing that if I were to just stay, I would cause trouble.
Yeah. He knows that sometimes people act suspiciously to try to break people out and whatnot, so he wants you to keep going. He doesn't want you to stare at the stockade.
Yeah, once I
So
have a bit of. I do look through the windows to get a bit of a blueprint in my mind.
it's mostly just cells and stuff like that. It's nothing special.
In the place where I was, because I did.
Yeah,
The 1,000 gold is there.
it's there somewhere, maybe. They may have moved it during the time that you walked away. They might
Hmm.
not just keep it in the jail. But
That's
you can
true.
there might be some place that they keep it. However, it's not visible through a window.
Yeah, do I sense anything powerful of magic in there as well?
You can make a quick glance and make an arcana.
Sure. That's a 23. Something that would interfere like that thing did, well, from the assassin, from the drow.
Well, it doesn't look like you don't notice anything that would prevent time stop. But you
That's a
do
good thing.
see some items just sort of sitting there that a guy appears to be cataloging. And then he waves to a guy next to him and they pick up the item and move it somewhere else. But you can't just look through the window or else a guard is gonna stop you. So you just keep on walking past as you see that
Hmm.
happen.
And move on past. So the guy went deeper in the building that's taking the artifacts with them, right?
Yeah, he went deeper in the building. You're not sure if he's going to remain in the building and just put it somewhere in there, or if he's going to leave the building through another route and go somewhere else, but you don't see that, so you don't know.
Okay.
Alright, anything else you wanted to look at?
No, I have my targets. Well, yeah, I have my targets. Then I just head to back to the ship.
Alright, you go back to the ship. And I'll say that took a while. Like, you went in the bank and you were pretending like you needed some money exchange, and you gave them a gold piece, and you said you needed to, like,
Everything copper.
yeah, converted it to copper or something like that. And they took the gold piece and gave you the copper, so it doesn't change the amount of money you had or anything. So you spent quite a while. You spent like an hour of time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had to walk there and then do the things and then walk back.
Logical.
So what do you want to do after that? You get back to the ship. What do you want to do when you arrive back?
Well, start planning how I can do everything as efficient and quick as possible.
Okay, so you head back to your room and you start thinking up plans. Perhaps have a piece of paper out and start drawing what you want to do. That sort of thing. Alright, so it is nighttime now. What do you want to do? What do the both of you want to do?
Well, I get to bed because the clock works only at dawn.
Yeah.
Again.
So you can get some rest if you want.
Yeah, I guess I would have a long rest because it's been a long day. So, sure.
Yeah, so the captain lays down and goes to sleep. I'll say that Jazai, your plan, whatever the plan is written on the piece of paper that you used.
Yeah, that before I even go to sleep, that goes into the same locker with the watch.
Okay, though that goes in. Do you wish to take a long rest, or?
Yes, I'm going to take a long rest. I mean, it does need to be dawn for it to be working again.
Okay. So you take a long rest. Everything is restored on both of you. Since the cursed captain technically went to bed first, you awaken, and you see that Jazai is still sleeping. Like,
Okay.
he has a door on his room, but his door is open. He doesn't care if anybody on the ship sees him.
Sure. I'll just head down to the prisoner first, and I'll ask him, is there anything you need out on the sea?
Well, what I truly need, you will not give me.
That is probably right. Anything else?
Otherwise, I have food and water. They're actually taking relatively good care of me.
As long as you cooperate.
Yeah. As he just sits down.
Okay. So I head back up.
Alright, you head back up. You pass by Josiah's room again. He's still sleeping at this moment.
So yeah, I guess I would just be up on the deck, because I don't have anything in particular I want to do right now.
Okay, so you head back up onto the deck. Josiah, you awaken about a half hour after the cursed captain woke up.
Yeah, get
It's
up.
now daytime.
Yeah, get up, get my clock out, and go over it all again.
Okay, you go over it.
And then I just look around and say, well, here goes nothing.
Okay, nobody's paying
And
attention to you.
stop the whole world.
Alright, the world is stopped. Time has stopped. Everything is not moving anymore.
Up I start, well, first things first, to the bank to get to see what I can make. Because he paid 1,000 gold, correct?
Yeah, he paid 1,000 gold to the guard.
Yeah, so that's the first thing to get then, to see how much I can get from the bank.
Okay, you arrive at the bank. The bank isn't open yet, because it's still relatively early. And the front door is locked.
Oh, I thought it was further in the morning. I thought that it already was open.
No.
Oh, if that's the case, then I would have waited, of course, with it. I would have waited until more things were open. Then I would have done it.
Okay, sure, you wait till about the middle of the morning rather than early morning.
Yeah.
And you go there. It's open. The door is open. The front door, at least.
I'll head in and check who is inside. And if anyone is opening a door with keys, zoink.
However, you walk in. Everybody's frozen. Nobody's like in mid opening of a door or anything like that.
Oh, but I can still open doors, right?
There's like yeah, you can open the doors. You can interact with the objects. You try to open the door into the place where the tellers are, like the people who serve give money to people and stuff like that. The door to the back area is locked.
I try to find someone with a key.
Alright, you start walking up to people who look like they're employees. Make an investigation check.
That's a 26.
Yeah, you managed to find the manager. The guy who can go basically anywhere he wants in the bank. And
Yoink.
find a ring of keys.
Well, I have all the time in the world for 24 hours and just start testing keys.
Alright, you start testing keys. I'll say that takes you 10 minutes. And you find the key, unless if you want to roll a d20 to try to speed it up. But it's not likely.
Oh, let's see if we can speed it up.
D20.
$11.
No, unfortunately, it still takes you 10 minutes. Because you're
Yeah.
like, wrong one. He has like 50 keys on this key ring. And you eventually find the right one. You get into the back area.
And I start
See
looking.
people like mid giving someone money, things like that. There are little bits of money that are on the front desk.
I'm going for the less obvious money.
Okay. So where do you want to go?
Are there any like deposits or?
There's a vault. However,
Oh,
you don't know how to get in it.
Well, let's see the vault then.
Okay, you
See the door? No, perhaps I can figure out how to get in.
It's a large, metallic door. And it has a handle on it that you can turn. And it also has not one, not two, not three, but 4 dials on it.
Are the dice like numbers 0 to 9?
They're not 0 to 9. They're like 0 to 200.
Okay.
All 4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
In
Manager's
other words,
office.
if you're going to try to brute force it, 2, 4, 6, you need to roll a D800.
How many was it again?
200.
200 per dial.
200. Okay, so that's easy. It's like subnetting almost.
Yeah, so you can roll a D800, and if you get the right number, then you will open the thing. However, each
the chance
attempt
to actually get the correct combination, if you need all 4, is 1,600,000,000. 1 in 1,600,000,000.
Technically,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a better chance than that, but
Yeah. I just
480.
you did not roll the correct number, and
Okay.
you wasted 10 minutes.
Okay, manager's office it is. Because I think he should keep the code somewhere close at hand.
You can attempt to find
No
one.
one's going to remember such a long chain of numbers.
They don't have to remember a long chain of numbers. They don't just have to remember 4 numbers.
No.
You just have to remember the correct chain
But it's
of
like
numbers.
remembering an IP address. It's like 192.168.01, for example.
That's it. That's it. It's a simple one.
Let me just say that this is this person's job, so they know what the combination is.
Yes.
Fudge.
I mean, I
this
know
is what
many.
they wake up and do every day, so they know what the combination is.
It's not exactly hard to remember IP addresses if you
But
use
you
them a
can-
lot.
You can try to search for a combination. It might be written down somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, trying to search for a combination.
Alright, investigation check.
Oh, here we go, boys. That's 17.
Alright, you start tearing apart this guy's office, and that wastes another 10 minutes. So you've wasted an hour of your time total.
Mm-hmm.
Because you went from the ship, you started it when you were at the ship. So you had to walk from the ship to the bank, which took you about a half hour. And then you started doing things which took time, so that's another half hour. However, you do not find a single combination. You see different pieces of paper with different combinations on them that look like they could be used on a similar lock mechanism.
Of how many pieces do I have?
You have 7,
Well,
each with a different combination on it.
Well, write down 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, so you're going to try them all.
Yeah, let's see. So 7 pieces. 1d7.
Yeah, roll a d7. No,
1.
the first one doesn't open the door. So roll a d6.
Oh wait, I rolled a d7 again. That's 6, so the 6th of the
Yeah,
7.
just roll a d6. Roll a d6.
5.
It's the incorrect one. Roll again.
d5.
Incorrect one. Incorrect one. Incorrect one. Incorrect one.
Yeah, 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's obvious.
And you try the last one. That one isn't correct either.
What?
You found codes laying on the ground in the guy's office. Doesn't mean that they're actually for the safe.
Well, if I can't get money from the bank, I put everything back in the right place. Like,
Even though technically that might not matter, but you do that. Which
Just
takes
in
another
case.
10 minutes.
Just in case.
So you have spent 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yep, and then head towards where I was locked up to get my stuff back.
Okay. You head back there. You get to the stockade. You see somebody in the middle of sorting magical items, and you see somebody taking with in their hands a magical item of some sort.
I just look over the magical items because I'm curious, like, what do they have there? Oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. This is very magical, yoink.
So they have a great axe that apparently is in the pile.
Okay.
They have a great sword, which is also in the pile. They have a hammer, just a regular looking hammer in this pile. And they have a vial with an unknown substance.
Okay, identify for
Which
both
one?
of them. For both of them, because they both seem so very interesting.
Both of what?
The vial and the hammer.
Okay. So which one do you cast first? Do you cast it as a ritual or using your...
Yes, ritual, so 20 minutes. So which one first? The vial first.
Okay. It's a poisonous liquid that, if ingested, causes you to convulse for an hour.
Okay. Okay, next
The DC save on that one is 16.
Okay, let me just write it down. Vomit poison.
Alright, it doesn't kill you, it just makes you incapacitated for an hour.
Vomit from an outdoor.
Okay, so the second one is a hammer of repair. Basically, if you hit something with it, it's basically cast mending instead of like being a regular hammer. So
that I do take very gladly.
yeah, so it's basically an enchanted item that casts mending every time you hit something.
That's very handy.
So
Something
you take
new
that.
from my tool belt.
So you take that.
And then I start searching further.
Okay.
Was the guy that picking up items holding the hammer or the vial?
Yeah, he was holding the greatsword.
Okay, that's good. Because if he was holding the hammer, I would replace it with something else.
However, he wasn't. He was holding a greatsword. And the great axe was in the other guy's hand. He was looking over it to catalog it.
So, zoink, zoink. Oh yeah, so is there some kind of mark by the uncatalog, like land out, word out, or not anymore in their possession things? I do want to check that out.
You see him walking in a direction.
No, I mean in the catalog, like the one that's cataloging, they must have some kind of
All right,
book that says what they have.
I'll get you to roll an investigation check.
26.
All right, you get 3 items that might be of interest. There's a mask. They said apparently this person is just logging them. He's not saying what they do. A mask with horns. It looks kind of like you know those Chinese masks,
Oni mask.
the demons. Yeah, it's an Oni mask. It looks kind of like an Oni mask.
Okay, take that with me.
So he wrote based on the description he wrote. So there's that. You don't know what it does. It's just a description of what it looks like.
Yeah.
The second thing is a little statuette of an owl. Apparently, it's like 1 inch tall.
So, and the third item?
The third item is it's a special looking sword that looks like it has multiple points. So there's the initial point that a normal sword would have, and it goes down like this, but it has more than 1 point on it.
Okay,
and it's colored red. Those are the only items you find of interest.
Okay, those are take, and not a book that says anything like this is not more in our storage, or this is where this has been sold.
That's the book describes the items. You didn't get the items. You didn't get those.
Okay. Well, I'm going to find them if they have them.
All right. So you see the direction where the guy is walking. It might be in that direction.
Yeah, I head into that direction, but I'd also make sure that I'm not walking into any dead magic zones.
Okay.
Because that would be trouble.
Make an Arcana check.
Because that would be trouble. 25.
There's no anti-magic field nearby.
Okay, that's good then. I keep going.
Because if there was, then you would see something moving, which is the key that tips you off. You look in the other drawers in this place. None of them are locked because none of them have magic items in them.
So the ones that are locked.
You look in. There's no locked doors except for the cells.
I just keep searching because I need my stuff back and I want those items.
You look in this building, and nowhere in this building are the items.
Fuck.
However, in the direction that the guy is walking, there's a door that leads to the outside.
I go to that door. Is it, well, fuck.
Alright, you go through that door. You are on the outside of this building. You're in an alleyway. There's no doorway across the alleyway. It's just a wall. And you look either way, and there's just buildings on either side.
I just put both my hands on the walls on either side and walk towards the wall in front of me. As soon as one of my hands passed through the wall...
Ah, okay, that's what you're doing. Your hands don't pass through the wall. It's a solid wall.
And then I put it on front of me.
Your hands
wall-
don't pass through anything.
Something in the floor?
You check the floors, nothing, and I'm gonna say that this takes another half hour. Since you're deeply investigating.
If it's dead end, there must be something.
Well, you can make an investigation check to see if you find where the items might be. No,
9.
you don't have any hint towards where they might be taking them. The items.
I want my stuff back as well, because I'm not leaving without them.
Well, in the guard post, it's not like they have a note saying, "This is where we take the magical items."
Yeah.
So you don't find that.
But in the guard post...
Yeah, in the guard post, there's nothing. Like in the jail area, there's nothing. And that takes another half hour off your time.
Any books that might indicate something?
Yeah, you looked. That's why it took a half hour. You looked through all the log books and everything. It doesn't say.
Well, I could check all the buildings on the island, but how long would that take?
I'd say if you wanted to thoroughly investigate each house, it would take you weeks.
Just go speeding through them, not thoroughly. Just as soon as I pick up the slightest sense of, a high collection of magical items.
Yeah, you could run through the entire island, and that would still take you like 3 days.
Fudge.
Like, if you're running through the buildings, zigzagging back and forth, the island, it takes you about half a day to walk from one side to the other. So, if you're zigzagging through everything...
Well, I can already eliminate a few buildings, like bars, pet shops, and such.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, but not the ones in odd places, like a pet shop in the middle of, like, a red light district. That seems a bit odd.
Well, can you eliminate any of the others either? Maybe they're
Yes,
hiding them in a secret storage under the most mundane-looking pet shop.
Well, I'm just going to first go for the, less obvious buildings.
Okay. So I'll say that you take 2 hours to try to look for the least obvious buildings that look kind of conspicuous. And I'll give you a list of 5. There's a weird building that's just sort of sitting on the beach by itself. And it's quite big for this type of building it is. There's the mansion of the mayor of this place. It's by itself and secluded, and it's got gates around it and everything like that. There's a building called We Sell Tea, TEA.
But I don't have
What would an island like this have need of a tea shop? And only a tea shop, nothing else. There's a building that is very small, but it appears to be housing only lobster. You're not sure why. They sell lobster and that's it. And the last one is a building that is built next to a tree. Like, part of the building is the side of the tree.
Okay,
So
I
the
checked.
tree is inside the house.
So the top three on my list is on the beach, the tree, and the mayor's house.
Okay, so which one do you decide to go to first?
Which one is the closest? Because I want to go them like in closest, then mid, and then furthest.
Okay, sure. The one that's closest is the one on the shoreline.
That's the one I'm first going to. Well, pillage.
Okay, so you go into this building. The door is locked, or you try to go in the building. The door is locked. The front door, at least.
Up. I do have a spare lockpick kit, because what good artificer wouldn't have a spare lockpick kit once their first one breaks?
Okay, so make a thieves' tools check if you have that ability.
Yeah, I do. That's 20.
You unlock the door.
And go inside, see what's in there.
Okay, so what's in here is, it looks like a house, but maybe a rich person's house. Like there's,
Small house on the beach of a rich person.
yeah, it's a
Seems
small house. It's a small house relatively, but it's got like extravagant, like intricate statues inside, like really expensive looking furniture, things of that nature.
These things could be sold for a good price.
They could be. However, you can only carry so much, and if you wanted to take like a statue, it's like this big. So you could carry maybe two and then nothing else.
I first go for the light but expensive stuff.
Okay, you'd have to make an investigation check of the house, which would take an hour.
9.
You find 5 gold coins
Eh.
that are easily takeable. Everything else is like big statues or furniture or things of that nature that you might be able to carry one, and it would take you some time to get it back to the ship, but it would take a while.
Okay, anything? Well, I just keep that in the back of my mind and lock the door again.
Okay, yeah, and in your investigation check, you didn't find anything like a suspicious hallway or an invisible wall or something like that.
Yeah, I do take the let it seems like a bombshell hit the building, but the building is still standing and nothing is ripped or torn, but everything is just a mess in there.
Okay, yeah, you start throwing things, and they're in mid motion. Like as soon as you stop touching them, they freeze. So the objects are like frozen in the air at the moment.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done, I just grab everything and put them down on the ground so that they don't smash. Waste.
All right, so you leave that house. However, it took an hour of your time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The house with the house with the tree closer or the mayor's house?
The house with the tree.
Okay, that's the second one I'm going to then.
All right. You go to the door. The door doesn't budge when you try to open it. It doesn't
Lockpicks
move.
once more.
All right. Use thieves' tools.
20.
You put your lockpicks in the lock. It appears that it is not locked, but the door didn't move.
Window?
Make an investigation check.
Window, roof, whatever X there is. There must be access. 20.
Yeah, there's a window. It has no glass in it or anything.
Arcana check. I'm not trusting this. If it's a dead zone or yes or no.
Sure, an Arcana check. You can see if there's anything magical on the outside of the building.
17.
There's nothing magical. The tree is kind of weird, but it's not giving off a magical vibe.
And get in.
Alright, you climb in the house. It looks like it's an abandoned house. However, the tree has a door on it.
Open the door.
You open the door and it looks like a hollowed out tree. You
Now,
look down and there's a hollow that goes deep into the ground.
up, go down there. I guess I found the compound.
You found something. You don't know what it is. So you jump down. You fall about 20 feet, so you take some damage.
I didn't say jump down, say I go down.
Yes, but there's no handholds or anything, so how do you wish to go down?
Oh. Oh. Well, I hope it is. To whichever place I can do, because
Okay, yeah, you fall 20. You would have fell 20 feet, so
Yeah.
your rope is
I
long
do
enough.
need to get the way back up, of course.
Yep, and so your rope is long enough to get you back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's a large, hollow, open area under the ground.
Just start searching the place.
All right, make an investigation check.
'Cause if it has any storages or, well, I'm just looking for my stuff and the stuff that I found on the note. 12.
12. You do find some stuff, however, it doesn't seem valuable. You see a druid sitting on a stump in the inside this little hollowed out area, and he's sort of like whittling some wood mid whittle. You can tell he's a druid based on the fact that he's wearing only furs, and nothing else.
Could be a barbarian.
And he has a gnarled staff next to him.
Yeah, that confirms it. Only druids have gnarled staffs. That's just the rule of D&D.
Yeah.
Nothing else in this place.
There's a cheese wheel, if you want some cheese.
Shake the cheese, perhaps it's a secret container. Who knows?
So you take the cheese.
Shake the cheese. Is it something rambling?
There's nothing rattling inside. It's just cheese.
Just leave it.
Oh, so you're gonna let this guy keep his cheese? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Why would I be a cheese thief? That's not cool, man. It's his cheese.
Yeah.
You work for the cheese. Cheese is holy, man.
All right. So you climb back out. That took an hour of your time.
Take my rope back, and now it's the mayor's house.
All right.
That guy has to have stuff that's light and heavy and everything in between.
All right. So you approach the exterior of the mayor's mansion.
However, I do make sure that I'm not walking straight into that magic zone.
Make an Arcana.
I don't, because I don't trust. Rich people usually have that shit around 14.
There doesn't appear to be an anti-magic field nearby.
Okay. And then just walk in.
However, there is a gate around, like there's a gate, and then there's like a fence around the outside. So how do you intend to get past the fence?
Ah yes, that's also fun of my race. Hey, I can just misty step.
Okay, so you misty step to the other side of the gate, which is what the spell is for, just to do things like that. So you walk up to the house, the front door. You walk up to the front door, and the front door is locked.
Pick locks.
Okay.
$18.
The door doesn't open. The lock doesn't budge.
Huh. Well, window time.
Alright, you head to the nearest window. It's made of thick glass and wood. Like they're those stereotypical windows with the cross through.
Nothing a good hammer strike can do.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to smash them. Roll to hit with whatever you're using.
Let's see if I'm actually. Ooh. Okay, that's broken. That's not correct. Okay. I need to fix this for a moment, because that is not correct.
Okay. You can try to fix something, but try to be quick about it.
1d8. Oh, that's 11d8. That is not
All right.
correct.
All right. Well.
Fixed.
All right. Give it a go.
And two-hand that Warhammer.
Okay. So yes, 26 hits a window. That's frozen in time.
13.
Okay. So you deal 13 damage to the window. The window is smashed. However, the glass like freezes mid-air.
Just touch every piece and just push them out of the side, just like that one in the X-Men movie. Just Quicksilver, push, 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 push.
Yep, just push it all out of the way, and you can climb through.
Yep. And, well, with my hammer of mending, once I get out, bing!
However, that hasn't happened yet, so you're inside the mansion.
Yep, I just start searching for stuff that I can just take easily or use to carry stuff.
Okay,
with
roll
me.
an investigation check.
13.
Alright, you don't find too much of value. You find 10 gold's worth of loose change. And you find it doesn't look like a magical item, but it's a gold statuette. Like a small one.
Yoink.
You're not sure how much that's worth, but you take it.
Yep. Okay, now let's see for any of my stuff.
Alright, make another investigation check.
Because I need my stuff. I'm so useless without it. 26.
You find secret rooms and passages in this house, but you do not find your items. And those 2 investigation checks took 2 hours.
Okay. You said 2 other places, which I don't recall anymore since I was focused on these 3.
So, there's a whole bunch more, like a place that said it was for... There was 2 more.
One
a
for
place,
tea.
yeah, and the other one was for lobsters. It's
tea.
not,
always, it's always a tea.
All right, you can go to the tea location if you want.
Yeah, I'm going for the tea location. It's always the tea.
Okay, so you go in there. There's people drinking tea at tables. They look more like noble people. And you see a guy standing behind a counter, and he's in the middle of pouring some tea.
Anyone that seems to be from the place where they archived all the magical things. That would be a handy thing also to recall and search for.
Okay, you can make a history check. See if you remember.
Yeah, recall and search for, because that's something important. 12.
Alright. You don't see any guards or that are from the guard post, and you don't see like any people who are obviously magical user people.
Yeah, or like transporting or from the transporters of the stuff.
Oh, you see somebody carrying a crate of tea.
Yeah, I mean transporters of the magical items.
Yeah, you don't see any of those people.
Okay, just start searching the place.
Alright, investigation check.
That's a 15.
You find a suspicious trapdoor in this place.
Open it up.
You know where to go.
What you said? You said
Why
I
didn't
own.
have a
I heard the only go part, and that's it.
Oh. Well, what happened was you find a suspicious-looking trapdoor.
Yeah, and said I wanted to go down it.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Okay.
Okay, so you open the trapdoor, and you look inside. It's a dark basement-looking area. And you look around, and it looks like they just have more boxes of exotic tea.
Time to crack some of them open. There has to be somewhere. I'm getting desperate.
Alright?
I'm getting so
Crack one of
bloody
them open.
desperate.
You'll have to hit the box in order to open it with something.
I have a crowbar.
Okay. It is nailed shut, is what I meant. So you can use that. Make a... Is that part of your thieves' tools, or... I'll
Yeah,
say
that
make a
should-
thieves' tools check.
Yeah, that is part from a thief's tools, and that would be more of a strength check than a dex check. I mean-
I'd say use your thieves' tools check. Just use it.
Okay. Well, my dex. That would be quite odd for crowbar, if you ask me. 11?
You manage to break it open, but just one panel. So you can peek inside.
Yeah, just pull it up and see what's inside.
Make a nature check to see if you can determine what is inside.
If it's just tea leaves, then fuck him. 12.
They definitely do not appear to be tea leaves, but they appear to be something
Ooh.
that is suspicious.
Close the crate. Use my newly found hammer to properly close the crate and start searching the place further.
Okay,
'Cause now I'm onto something.
you spend another hour. So I think you're in the teens of how many hours you've used.
Yeah, I'm now in the 10s, I think. 11 or 10.
I'd say you're at 12. I
Yeah,
think.
12.
So, you crack another one open. Same suspicious looking substance. It's white in color, but it's in like balls. It doesn't look like what's labeled on the box.
Question. Our druggy boy. The
What
drug
about
guy
him?
that we on the island.
Yeah. What about him?
Did he use this kind of stuff?
He might. If you gave him some.
Yeah, but did he use it? I mean, that's the thing that I'm trying to recall.
Make a history check.
That's 20.
Yes, he used this and other things. But you don't know what it's called.
Nice. We got drugs here, people.
Yep. Seems like.
That is where that can go for quite high. And the amount that I'm finding,
Yeah, there's like 10 crates down here, and each of them seem like they're labeled with the same marking,
mm-hmm.
so they probably all have it.
So yeah, I just keep searching for until there's nothing to search for.
Okay, you search all the crates. All the crates have that stuff in it.
Okay, well, I still have 12 hours left.
Okay.
Damn
So-
lobsters.
You go to the lobster place. There's a dude who has a lobster in his hands with like a rope tied around their pincers so that way they can't pinch people. And he's giving one to somebody.
I just remove the rope from one of the pincers and go like, that's gonna be fun.
Okay. You do.
And then go searching further for the place.
Okay. It looks like it could fit maybe 2 people inside this stall, but you can make an investigation check. Go ahead.
Whap whap. 1.
Apparently,
I rolled a net 1.
in order to get inside, you'd have to push past this guy who's currently bending over and his butt is facing the outside.
I just used him like a table to get over.
Okay. Make another investigation check. It turns out that this guy's butt is just so big and round that you can't get past it.
Lift him up in his entirety and put him aside.
Okay, great. You move him out of the way. Make another investigation.
Don't you dare, game. Good
Okay.
game.
So,
20.
even though this place is small, it took you a half hour to investigate it because this guy was in the way. So
I am
look.
keeping my eye out for those transporters of those magical items. I'm keeping my eye out for those.
Yeah, you didn't see any. However, that guy, the reason why you were failing so hard is because that guy was standing on top of a trapdoor. Which you don't know why a two-person sized building would have a trapdoor in it.
Well, it's selling lobsters, so I can suspiciously guess what it is. Open it, go down.
Alright, you go down. You go down 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, 60 feet, 70 feet, 80 feet, 90 feet. You go down 100 feet worth of stairs.
The
And then
fuck?
you eventually reach the bottom. You are now at the bottom of the staircase, and you are now in a large hallway that's about 60 feet high.
Okay, these guys aren't just selling lobsters anymore.
Seems like.
I'm just going to search further.
Okay. There are 7 doors on each side, and I will say that each one will take you a half hour to search. Fully.
Open them all, I'm not caring.
Okay, you open all of them. There are people, like, sitting at desks with weird experiments on them. Like, one of them has, like, a glob of flesh that has, like, arms sticking out of it. And he's sort of just, like, cutting into it. Another guy has, like, a big rat, and he seems to be, the rat seems to be unconscious as he's stitching a weird appendage on the back of it. And there's another guy who appears to be taking a magical weapon of some sort, like a sword. He has a sword in his hand, and he's sort of in mid-swing cutting a pig in half. Things of that nature.
I must be close. I'm sure of that now.
Alright, so do you want to search any of those rooms?
I'm going to search those rooms for the 3 items that there was on the list.
Okay, so you go into the flesh room, the one with the weird flesh thing that he's cutting into. Make an investigation check.
The special looking sword, that's very identifiable. I mean, it has so many spikes.
We'll get to
20.
that room in a minute, but we're in the first room.
20.
Okay, so in the flesh room, you see a guy who is wearing this mask that it's based on the description, it's like perfect. A perfect description. And he is currently wearing this mask while appearing to funnel some sort of magical energy into a receptacle of some sort, which is going above where this flesh thing is, and there's apparently purple smoke going down onto this flesh thing.
I just couldn't take the mask. No mercy.
Alright, you take the mask. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. No!
The mask, as soon as you take it off his face, it gravitates towards your face, and you are unable to stop it. You are now wearing an Oni mask.
So
You're
I
not
just
sure
go like,
what-
great.
You're not sure. It hasn't done anything else yet, so you're just wearing this mask.
Can I
Suddenly.
take it off?
You attempt to take it off, it does not move.
Okay, grab the guy's hand and, well, let him take it off.
You attempt to make him take it off your face, it doesn't move.
Fuck. Well, I'm going to search further.
The only reason you assume that it moved off of his face is because time is frozen. But for you, it's not.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's not going to be removable from your face.
Okay, I'm going to find something else.
Alright, you go into the next room.
I'm going to find the other two items and my own stuff.
Sure. You go into the next room. Are you looking in the room that had that weird rat?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the other magical item?
It was a statue of an owl, a statuette of an owl, and a special-looking sword.
Oh yes, the statuette of the owl. Next to where this guy is experimenting on this rat. Wait, you need to make an investigation check.
$21.
Alright. You find next to this guy who's experimenting on the rat, you see somebody who has like one of those goggles that like has multiple magnifications on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently examining the statue, and he has like gloved hands on, and he's just sort of in the middle of examining it.
Are there any pliers?
With a 21 investigation, yes, in this room there are pliers.
Grab the statue with the pliers and, well, pocket.
Alright, so the guy is now holding nothing.
And let him hold, like, a glass vial or something that seems also important for him to research.
Okay. It's still gonna be weird, because suddenly it changed. But, yes, you do.
Yeah, perhaps he might be remembering wrong. Who knows?
So you grab the item.
Mm-hmm.
You have the owl statuette.
Okay, and the last thing I'm looking for is this special-looking sword with multiple points that is red.
Okay. You need to make an investigation check of that third room.
You said there were 7 rooms.
Yeah, on each side, but you're
26.
So yes, one of the people is currently standing in front of a cut-in-half pig, and he has the sword that you're looking for in his hand.
Does he also have the sheath of the sword?
The what?
The sheath where the sword goes in?
Oh, no, he doesn't have anything like that.
Okay, so the sword doesn't have a sheath. Okay. Well, take the sword and, well, then go searching for more interesting stuff that will be very sellable.
Okay. Put in your inventory flame-appearing sword.
Flame-appearing sword?
It's designed to look like flames on the side of the sword.
Okay.
So have that item. So you can start looking through some of the other rooms if you want, but you notice that these other rooms have weird experiments in them as you're just glancing through them.
Yeah, I'm. If they have interesting stuff like the 3 items I just got with this damn mouse, it doesn't get off.
Okay, so you can start examining those rooms. However, it's going to take you a while to look through those 3 rooms. It took you 3 hours.
So there are 4 more 4 hours. 15 plus 4 is 19. Then my own stuff, I still have 5 hours left.
And there's 7 other doors on the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna look for my own stuff.
Okay.
A bit more important now.
And you see a bunch of rooms with experiments in them. But you see one that appears to be this person who has a square glass tank of water on his head, but apparently he looks fine. He doesn't look like he's drowning. So that
What
might
does
be...
he own? Because that sounds very interesting.
You can examine this room. Make an investigation
The
check.
tank, that sounds like something I can use on my suit to improve the, well, how long I can breathe underwater.
Make an investigation check of this room.
24.
Alright. He seems to be, he has like a vial in his hand. you assume the vial is empty, so you assume he took a potion and is experimenting with the potion to see if he can breathe underwater or something
Potion
like
of
that.
water breathing, I guess. And okay, then search further for my stuff.
Yeah, in this room is your suit of armor. And somebody is attempting to get into it. Like they have it open so that way they can get in.
I just
They figured out a way to make it not blow up or whatever it is you wanted it
if
to
they
do.
open it and then they go in without doing it properly, they would get zapped. They would get zapped so badly.
But they have it open, and an experiment person is attempting to get in. So you're not sure if they were going to succeed or not, but he's in the process of doing it.
Okay, move the person aside, get in my suit, and just make sure that nothing is out of place.
Alright, you get in your suit. You start moving it around and things of that nature. It appears that you look at one of your gauntlets, and you notice that it's actually made of a different substance. And then you look at your entire suit, and you realize that it's made of a stronger substance than what you made it out of before.
They fucking copied my suit. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that one bit.
However, it's working. It's like when you got in it, it started working.
I
Like
just
it did
walked.
before.
I
It's
just
not
walked off with the
working
suit.
any differently.
Now I have one more mission plus. I need to find the blueprints, and I need to find my original suit.
Alright. So you're in your suit at the moment.
Well, my copy suit.
Potato, potato. So what are you gonna do? That's all that's in this room, is these people experimenting on ways to breathe underwater.
Yeah, I just take this suit and, well, any blueprints that are there for this suit, take them. Take them.
Okay, there is a blueprint in front of you, but you're not sure if that's the only one.
As I said, any blueprints.
Well, you see one, but you don't see any others in this room, but you don't know if that's the only one, is what I'm trying to say.
I take that blueprint and, well, search for the blueprints and my original suit.
Okay. I'll say make another investigation check.
22.
Alright, you do see what looks like a photograph. Like it's black and white, so it's like a silver graph, I guess you'll say, of your original suit, and it looks a little beat up. Maybe they had a hard time transporting it or something. You're not sure. But then there's a picture of the suit partially disassembled, and then there's a picture of the suit without any of the metallic components on it, and then there's a picture of the suit completely reassembled with this new metal. So you assume that they just took your old suit and disassembled it and then put new parts on it.
So, question. Is my AC higher now with my suit? Since, well, I don't know what
you
to
have
do.
+1 to whatever you had before.
Say, and now of a 19. Okay, well, take all the pictures, because I'm not letting them keep anything of this suit.
Okay, you take the pictures.
Everything they have of this suit, I will take.
They have the old pieces of metal that the suit was made out of, just sort of scattered around.
Just take it. Just take it. Nothing is going to stay. Once I have it all, I just go back to the ship, deliver it there, and then, well, gather anything magical that's interesting, sellable, and, well, is worth a lot down there. And then, as last piece, go to the tea shop and get the specialty.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you get to investigate 3 more rooms since you went back before you came back here and decided to investigate. So you have enough time to investigate 3 more rooms and do the rest of what you want.
11, 17, 12.
Alright, the one that you've got 11 on, they seem to be experimenting with this weird looking pig. It has red eyes, and they're glowing, and there's like smoke coming out of the pig's eyes.
Does it have anything on it?
It doesn't have anything special on it. It's just a pig with weird smoke coming out of it.
I just to antagonize the pig a bit more. I just pull the tail straight and then let it go, knowing it will just shoot back into its shape once time reverts to normal.
Okay, sure, that happens.
Well, then second room with the 17.
Alright, the room with the 17, you see them experimenting on what looks like a little dog with a fish head, but they're putting like some sort of magical device that's supposed to, looks like it's going to clamp down on its muzzle.
Okay. Use spell slot to identify this magical item.
Okay. You cast Identify on this item,
Mm-hmm.
and it is it's something that gravitates towards something's mouth, or at least it's supposed to. It's supposed to gravitate towards something's mouth and prevent it from opening its mouth.
Oh, like
And it's magically enchanted to do so. So if they try to resist against it, it has a higher.
Okay. And then, well, while I'm going to the third room, I just leave that item there. Then, going to the third room, I'm gonna identify this mask, also with the spell slot.
Okay.
The only
You
mask.
identify the mask, and you have a feeling that when time starts up again, something weird is going to happen, because most of it has this weird cloud from Identify that it just appears to be clouded off, and it's basically like a spell on enchanted items if you don't want somebody to identify what it is. But it says that it enhances your intelligence if you wear it.
Nice.
But other than that, there's other features that are blocked from you that you see are there, but you don't know what they are.
Okay. Well, then third room with a 12.
Alright, the third room with the 12, you see a weird looking, it looks like they're experimenting on a butterfly that is as big as a person. And they're sort of like, one guy has this little thing in his hand that appears to be shooting flame out of it, trying to get it to move or something. You're not sure what they're doing.
The thing that's shooting flame, is it a wand or is it actually an item that can just spit flames?
It looks like it's got a canister on the bottom, and it's just shooting flame at the front of it. It's barely got any, like, distance on it. It's like a flat surface that flame is shooting out of.
I remove the canister and put it on his belt like, you forgot something, my friend, and then just leave him there with the canister on his belt.
Okay. So that's all you get, unless if you want to do anything else in that room with the butterfly.
No, well, do I see anything of any magical item?
Nothing other than what I've described.
Nope, I just leave, get the drugs to the ship.
Yeah, so you get 3 crates.
3 crates, okay, that's fair. Would be less suspicious, of course.
And as time reactivates,
I just sit in the captain's quarters on the 3 crates, just waiting for him to return.
Okay? As time activates, you feel something in your mind. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
8.
You hear, I don't know how I got here, but I like it. I'm gonna take this. And suddenly you are no longer able to control yourself.
You know I'm still wearing my suit, just to show off.
The mask is on you inside the suit.
Yeah. So I goes to the mask. So, who are you?
Says, I'm not you, and that's all that matters right now.
No. That's not how we. formally introduce one another when we're gonna share a body.
Yeah, you're walking without controlling yourself. And you're leaving the ship.
Oh, fudge. Oh, fudge. The captain would know that I wouldn't just expose myself in my suit just going off the ship, so he must know there's something wrong.
He is currently in his quarters. He is sleeping.
Okay, so he doesn't notice me leaving his quarters. As I said, I was there with on the top of the 3 crates of cocaine.
Fine. D20. +3.
14.
He does not notice you leave. He is sleeping soundly. And you leave the room and you start walking down the gangplank and you're walking back to the exact same place that you just came from.
I just asked it, that's the place where they wanted to store you forever away, right?
No. They were working with me. I was showing them what I can do.
Well,
And
why
I
would you...
intend to continue to do so.
Well, why just limit yourself to one space? When you have the whole world and more places to go with us.
Sure.
Yes, I'm trying to, not. I'm trying to persuade it to a better course of life that's actually true what I'm telling.
Well, it says, sure, maybe. After I show them that I am impossible to control.
Why would you let them know that? That's the first question I have. Why?
It's fun.
Well, it's fun. Well, then they are gonna for surely lock you up. Believe me, I've seen it. Why? How the hell? They will even try to copy what you can do and, well, remove all the bad parts.
The powers that I have will be able to be removed. The evil parts, anyway, won't be able to be removed without removing the power itself. They
Believe
don't
me,
know that, but
believe me,
I've
with
convinced
enough
them that
wizards,
it's
they
possible.
can find it out.
He says, they don't know that, but I've convinced them that it's possible. As he continues walking.
Believe me, once you convince someone that they can remove something, they will keep trying no matter what.
That's the fun part.
And what if they succeed?
They can't.
Okay, but now what if they succeed?
If they succeed, I'll kill them.
Well, I guess by then it's too late, because then you're missing one part of your powers that you can't get back anymore.
He starts thinking back and forth, and he goes, no. They are only attempting to remove the evilness from what I create at the moment. So if I see them making progress, they'll just die.
Well, why would you want to go back there when we could work together?
I told you already. It's fun.
Do you even know what this suit can do?
I don't care.
Well, you care once you know how powerful it is.
Well, they're working on it as well. If I need to kill them, then I'll just take their power.
Oh no, I just stole the suits. They don't have any blueprints of it, don't have any photos of it, so if you
I'm
want...
going back there. They'll make new ones.
Believe me, I will burn the place to the ground if they do.
He goes, you'll have to gain control first.
Teasing, I'm going to fight him now.
Okay, you actively fight him. He's about halfway between the ship and this lobster location. So make another wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to actively fight him on every step on the way. Nat 20.
Alright,
back in your corner.
You manage to regain control. However, when you attempt to take the mask off, it still doesn't come off. And you can still hear his voice, and he goes, ha ha ha. A strong puppet. Good.
So believe me, now that we can work together and you don't have to go back to the place, I say as I just walk into the sea.
You start walking towards the sea. You have to make another wisdom saving throw before you reach it.
10.
He goes, I always like the ones that fight back. As he starts walking back the way that you are walking away from.
Fight him! I'm not gonna give up like that.
13, you fail. You can try again on the next turn.
Oh, that's a 6. No.
You fail again. You can try again on the next turn.
You know, once they find out I'm not someone from there, they will kill me, and then, well, then you will go into lockup. You know that, right?
He goes, not if they find out about your watch.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, why not? It's fun.
You wouldn't dare. I am more mad now than ever. I'm fighting him double as hard. No one's gonna take this from me.
Wait, make another wisdom save.
16.
This time you do succeed. And he goes, calm now. It's not that bad, is it?
It
We're
is.
relinquishing control. Not having to make any decisions anymore. He says that, but you can do something.
I just is there are we like we are in the middle of the land, not by like a pier
You're
or
about
something.
3/4 away. Like, you've traveled 3/4 of the way to this lobster establishment.
Well, I know someone who can be more helpful than me.
He goes, oh, really?
Yeah.
You've been so helpful so far already.
Well,
I know about your plans. I know your mind.
well, I do know of this person, but I can be but if you don't know what part you're looking for, I can be as undescriptive as I want. As long as I stay undescriptive, my mind doesn't think of it, so you can find it.
Oh, well. I haven't seen anybody of interest, so I don't care.
Someone that can outlive me?
Don't care.
I mean,
live whether or not my host lives.
But yeah, if your host dies, let's say, at the bottom of the sea, and you're with him, well, there you stay forever. No one picking you up. Forever.
I'll just take control of the dead body and come back. And then, once the body is too rotted, I'll just put myself in a place where I can be easily found.
And what if that still is at the bottom of the sea?
Well, there's mermen and merladies.
Right.
They're easy enough to control.
Well, you do know that they rather stay away from a dead corpse that is in a full metal suit, perhaps thinking that it's cursed.
I don't have to remain attached to you if I don't wish.
Well, I am going to plan to die there if you stay on.
Cool. See you then. And when your mind is removed because you are dead, I will remain. And your body will remain. I will move your body. And you will have a chance to resist.
How about no?
Alright? Make another wisdom save.
Wisdom. Come on, don't fail me.
He's trying to.
18.
He fails and he goes, it's been a long time since I've seen anyone resist this hard.
Yeah, you know why?
'Cause you're foolish.
No, because I know what true evil is.
You just feel him grinning, even though you can't see him.
You are not true evil. You're just meh. Top 200.
You're right. I'm not true evil. I just enjoy myself in whatever way I can.
Well, if you're truly well, why the hell are you going there? That's no enjoyment. If you're gonna kill, that's evil, you know?
I love how you're standing here talking to him. He goes,
Yeah, as soon as I have back control, I just head toward the sea as I am just looking up my suit so that I can just go plump.
alright. So he goes, you don't know the true enjoyment of pure, unadulterated joy.
You mean chaos?
If that's what you want to call it.
If you want to see chaos, well, why not stay on the ship? I mean, my captain is the definition of chaos, if you ask me.
And as you're walking, you see someone come out of the lobster area, and they're like looking around frantically.
As you said, it fails, so not me fails.
Yeah, you're still walking, but you see somebody looking, come out of the lobster area and is looking for you.
I'm just going to hide. Well, I can do that actually. No, I can't. I just keep walking.
Okay, make another wisdom save.
Come on. 17.
Alright, you are still in control. And he says, you will give up eventually, and when you do, I will go back. And when they see that you are such an unruly host, they will kill you, like you said. But if you remain compliant...
I make you a deal. If you get off me, I will bring you back.
That is a tempting offer. Make a persuasion check, if you're telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I'm going to bring him back. Fuck, it was a 20 that it rolled into 4, the son of a... Damn you, virtual dice. Damn you.
Alright, he goes, no, I like this plan better. You are just too much of an annoyance.
So you're saying if I bring you back and promise you not to come back or pick you up and just leave you there, whatever it is, you still find me annoyance?
I want you dead. As he makes another wisdom save.
Cause I'm leaving you alone.
He wants you to make another wisdom save, and he has the power to do so. So as he's walking towards the sea, he turns around and he goes, hey! Over here! As the scientists start walking towards you.
Oh, fudge.
Alright, so you can make another wisdom save at that point.
Oh, come on! It was 20 again! Seriously?
He walks to them with his arms open, and he says, come to me! This
You have no clue how this suit works, do you?
so unruly! Take him away from me!
Well, if you're going to play like that...
Make another one, yeah. Alright, you managed to resist. You are still inside the suit, however, there's scientists like one movement away from you.
So I asked them, how the frick do you get this thing off because it's just annoying the hell out of me?
They go, you've seen too much.
The fudge nuggets.
As they're approaching you, and one of them actually draws like a sword that has like flames coming from it.
So I tell him, you want to see chaos? You want to have fun? Let's fight.
Alright, so make another wisdom save before you go to attack them. No. You begin disassembling the suit.
No, I locked it up. He has no clue how to unlock it.
He read your mind on how you locked it, so he's just reversing the process.
That's not how it goes. I love suits.
Fine, he'll make you make another wisdom saving throw. If you're going to be like that.
Fudge!
He reads your mind and finds out how to open it.
Fudge, 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 fudge!
And then he opens the suit and walks you out of it, and he says, "Kill this undeserving host." And the person is drawn their sword and is walking towards you quickly. 14 does not succeed. As
He's fucking hell stupid. Wait, you said it increased my intelligence, didn't it?
Yes, intelligence, not wisdom.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm asking.
Yeah, it's intelligence. As he walks towards you and gently just slides the sword through you, and then removes the sword, you are now in dying state. The mask is removed, but you still get to make death saving throws. As I pick up the mask and start walking away.
2 successes, 1 failure.
You're still alive?
Nope!
You lay there on the sand and bleed until you are no more.
I was
However-
so close with getting stuff back. Well, I at least got something back.
Alright, the Oni mask is taken away. Captain,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? You have no idea that any of that just happened.
Well, he
Yeah,
would, because
yes,
I
no.
was on the ship. No, wait, he would be asleep.
You
Oh,
stopped
wait,
time.
it was the morning.
Yes, so
You
before
stopped
that
time
happens,
when you left.
you're right. Before that happens, make a perception check.
Perception, sure. Let's see.
He might save my ass.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he might save you before you die. As long as he takes less than 5 turns to notice you and get to you. Yeah, you see
25.
him. These people, he gets out of his suit, and these people approach him, and he just gets a sword in the gut. And you watch them take
Okay.
something from his face and then walk away.
So is Redbeard nearby?
Yeah, he's
No, I'm.
He-
Isn't this?
in
Isn't
his
this?
quarters, so that is nearby by definition.
So why the fuck? Of course, he would leave me alive.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna make
If you just walk into the room, just running, you would stumble. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, you made a wisdom save of 17. What does that mean?
yeah, I'll just go and sort it out. So I'm gonna run over towards what this is happening. But first, I'm gonna shout on the ship that we should get ready to leave as I run
Okay.
off the ship.
Yeah, it seems as though those scientist people, they are leaving the suit behind. So it seems as though they've considered that a lost cause.
Yeah, good thing. I've been so hard for it. We at least have a lot of wares that we can well sell.
Yeah, and if you're double dashing, then you can get to him before he dies.
He can triple dash.
I'm saying
No,
if
just
he did double dash, he could get there still.
just
So
regular dash in the beginning. It'll depend. If I have
Okay,
to.
you can get there if you regular dash. You can get there, and he'd have 2 turns left.
Okay. In that case, I guess I would go and see if it's his time to die with medicine.
You're not sure how to.
No, basically,
Yeah, you're doing the revival thing.
yeah.
Or the stabilization thing. You're not sure how to fix this wound fast enough before he dies. But you can roll one more time.
Don't feel me. Oh, I'm scared.
21. So you managed to that number 4 death save technically didn't happen. Because I forgot that he was on the deck. So that's why I gave you a chance.
Are you going to save my ass? Wake me up, get a suit.
He's unconscious but stable.
Okay, so I'll look around. What else is happening? Like, what's the scientist?
People are
What's
going.
happening here?
The scientists are going away. The suit is right beside you.
Yeah, the scientists, they go into that weird lobster building. And the building doesn't seem large enough to fit as many people are going in it as there are. But they seem to go in there and not come back out, so.
Let's say the analogy of a clown car.
Yeah. So that's where the scientist people are, but there's a few crew members who are now realizing what's happening and they're coming over.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let the other crew members deal with it then. Go back to the ship.
Alright,
They know
the
they
crew
want
members,
me to have me awake.
they pick
I'll
up,
just tell them he's alive and I'll go back.
they pick up Jazai, and one of them doesn't really know how to deal with the suit, but he tries to just like take it along with them. So 2 people are trying to carry it. However, the one trap that where random if someone else other than you touches it has been disarmed. So
Yep. Yeah. If it doesn't get recharged, which I guess they didn't do.
yeah, they disarmed it. They didn't put any traps on it. They just wanted to use it as a suit.
So yeah, everything else is on my old suit. That skirtly piece of scrap.
Yeah. Yeah, all your traps are on your old armor.
Yeah.
Which they've replaced with the better armor, but it doesn't have traps on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they pick up your suit and put you in the ship, and Captain Bloodbeard awakens finally.
Finding 3 crates of Coke in his room.
He gently moves around them as he opens the door to leave his quarters. And he comes out and sees that you're unconscious, and he's like, "Wait, what happened?" And they stop long enough for you to.
I just tell him. Well, he was getting stabbed, so he went up and saw that he wasn't supposed to die yet.
He goes, "Being stabbed by whom?"
By the guards, would you assume?
No, you saw scientists.
Yeah, they were wearing different clothes than regular guards, but you can assume that they're guards.
Yeah, I'll just assume they're guards.
And he's like, "Wait, they just stabbed him for no reason?"
Well, they probably had a reason, but I didn't see what it was.
You only saw them take a mask. That's it.
Where did they
left
go?
the suit. They didn't take anything else with them. No, just the mask.
He asks, "Where did they go?"
To the lobster shop?
He looks over, and from here you can see the lobster shop. It's about 200 or 300 feet away, but you can see it from the docks. Like that's where they bring the lobsters because it's closer to the docks, right? So he can see it from there, and he goes, "How many of them were there?"
You said 40 of them? Or
40,
20?
no. There was like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, all into a 2-person shop.
Yeah. It's only big enough to hold 2 people at maximum. So do you tell him how many people went in there?
He didn't ask how many went in there. I just said
Yes, he
went in
did.
there.
He did ask how many just
Yeah,
went in
he
there.
said how many of them were there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just say. How many was there?
3 or 4.
I'll say 4 for an exact number.
4.
He goes, I'm gonna look into this. As he just walks down the gangplank and he motions for everybody to get him rested up. And they bring you down to your quarters. However, you're unconscious at the moment. Captain,
I
you
guess
can
I'll
watch. You can go with Bloodbeard, or you can just remain on the ship.
just follow him.
Okay.
I mean, I have no tasks of my own at the moment, so.
Okay. So Bloodbeard goes over to the lobster stand, and he goes, "Oh, hello, sir," as he greets the guy who has like an apron on that has like a picture of a lobster on it. Um, and he goes, "How many can I get you?" And Bloodbeard goes, "How about you can get me 4? And get them from..." And he points to the trap door behind the counter. And the guy goes... And then he reaches under the counter and draws a weapon.
And I jump him.
Okay, roll initiative. Because you can plainly see he's reaching for a weapon, so roll initiative. I'm gonna... Wait.
So,
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna get rid of them all. Oh, you didn't select a token. So it doesn't
yeah, I
matter.
don't have it there.
So go ahead and throw a token on this thing. Okay. Unfortunately, you have to remain at 7. And Bloodbeard is just going to go on your turn to make it easier. Whoops, I'm typing in the wrong spot. Fortunately for you... Oh wait, it's 7. Never mind. So, unfortunately for you, he goes before you. So, it's his turn. He draws a firearm as he just shoots the Captain Bloodbeard. Or tries to. 26, he hits. For 8 damage. And Bloodbeard just goes... "Ugh!" And then he gets back up. It is now your turn.
Okay, so I will just jump him and I will hit him with my hitting, which hits.
Yep, that hits. So,
So I need
do
him
you
to
want
make
him to... Do you want him to make a...
No, I'll just ignore it. I will just hit him again instead. That's a 12.
That misses?
That's 17.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, that's that much.
Okay.
And is he looking bad or like what's he looking?
Let me see. So 8 and 7. He isn't bloodied yet.
Okay. So in that case, I would probably spend a key on that last hit to try and stun him.
Okay. He... going to try to resist. 21.
Yeah, he resists.
Alright, anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay. So it is now Bloodbeard's turn. as he just draws a sword and his cutlass. He rolls a 22, which hits him. For 5 damage. Alright. Sectoid takes 5. Alright. So now it is his turn. What did I roll? Hit. +3, it looks like. Nat 1, so his weapon breaks. You hear it audibly go. Like, it made the noise of shooting, but nothing happened. And his gun is now producing out the front end, like, black smoke.
Yeah.
As he's starting to run away. So he doesn't take the disengage action, so you can hit him.
Okay. And I'll need them to make a con save.
Okay. Con save is +3. 7.
So he's stunned. He can't run away.
Alright, he goes. And he is stunned. So it is now your turn.
Advantage. Pew. Pew. Pew.
Alright, roll damage.
So that's
Okay.
a bunch of damage.
That's a lot of damage!
That's a lot of
damage.
+8, 6. Okay, he is now conscious. Whether or not he's dead is whether you were using lethal force or not.
Yeah, I was using needle.
Okay, he's dead. You just punch his neck and it snaps.
He dead.
So he falls down. However, you notice that there are some guards witnessing this happen.
So what do you want to do, Captain?
He goes, and he looks and sees the same guards. He goes, "We go all the way." And pointing to the trapdoor.
I guess I'll run down the trapdoor then.
He nods towards you. "I'll be right behind you."
So yeah, he'll be far behind me because I'm moving. I'm just running now.
Well, yeah, he says that, but he doesn't realize that you're going to move a lot faster. So
you just all of a sudden, 1 second you're there, the other second you're not there.
Yeah, basically. So he's going to try to keep up with you, but there's 100 feet worth of steps going down. So you get to about the entrance, assuming that you're moving 100 and something feet.
Yeah, I'm moving 90 with a normal dash, so
okay,
in a
so
turn.
You're near the bottom of the steps, and you see just the area that I mentioned before.
Okay. So yeah, I can't see where I'm supposed to go next.
Not yet, not on this turn.
Yeah, okay.
Bloodbeard attempts to catch up, and he says, "If there's any booty in there, just take it." As he's shouting down the hall.
There's a lot of booty in there.
So yes, treasure. It's been a while since I've acquired some.
Alright, so you can continue moving.
Okay, I'll just run another 90.
And it's the same place that I described to him. So what do you want to do?
So you have 14 doors, 7 doors on one side, 7 doors on the other side.
You see a bunch of
Yes, I leave
scientists.
the doors open.
Yeah, the doors are open now.
Okay, I just run to whatever scientist is the closest and beat the shit out of him.
Okay. Make an attack.
Sure. Let's see. Punch. 21.
Yeah, that hits the scientist. Unfortunately, this guy is a very weak civilian, and you knock him unconscious immediately.
Okay, so he's probably dead, and I'm gonna go and punch another scientist.
Okay, you're
For
basically.
revenge is a thing that pirates know all too well and will be bloody.
I mean, it was the captain's order. I'm just fulfilling it. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying you're doing a good job.
So the other one is a 14 hit another scientist.
I don't see the 14, but yes, the 14 would hit a scientist.
Okay. And then bonus action, I'll hit another scientist with that hit.
Okay.
So 3 dead scientists.
Yeah. And this room is the room where.
Did I see any magical loot while running past the scientists, killing them?
You see that this is the first room, which I described, having the weird flesh limb thing. The Oni
the
was
Oni
the
mask,
magic.
if I'm correct.
Yeah, the Oni mask is there. So you see it. You see the thing that they took from your friend when he got stabbed.
Okay. So I guess, yeah, I don't know anything about it, so let's see.
And unfortunately, he ordered you to take any loot.
Yeah, sure. Screw it. I'll just... first, I think I'm gonna kill all the scientists before I'm looting, but I'll definitely come back and get it.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
So I'm just killing everyone, and I'll see what I see on the way.
Yeah, you start going to the next room, and unfortunately, Captain Bloodbeard hasn't gotten to the bottom. He's just gotten to the bottom of the steps with his double move.
So let's see if I hit 3 more scientists. How many scientists in total are there?
You don't know, but there's a lot.
I'll just run into.
Now that they hear that people are being killed, out and you see like 20 guys in the hallway.
Okay, so I just go out to the hallway and I pew.
Yeah, for some reason it's not showing up on my screen.
Okay, I rolled 4 strikes. But yeah, I just killed 4 of them.
Let me just reload. I'm gonna reload, so just
25, 19, 24, and 14.
Yeah, as long as they're above like 12, you can hit them.
Yeah. Okay.
You just hit 4 of them like better than you're all down.
And I'll yell to Bloodbeard, they keep just piling on. It makes it easier for me.
He sees you just punching these guys, and he goes, well, if they had a guy like that upstairs, then they deserve what they get.
So yeah, that's my turn, I guess.
Alright, Bloodbeard, he uses his Black Pearl to summon one of his... Yeah, now it's showing. I had to reload. That was the problem. Yeah, Bloodbeard just draws his weapon. I'm gonna say that he shoots 2 guys.
Yeah.
And you hear, coming down the hallway from above, through the trapdoor, you hear echoes of some of your crew actually getting into fights with guards and stuff. So it's... You're probably not going to be able to remain here too much longer.
Because it's getting down.
Okay, what
things are going down.
No, yeah, sure.
Yeah, Bloodbeard is not happy that this one guy just decided to try to kill one of his crew members.
Yeah, sure. I'll just kill 3 more of them on my turn.
Sure. As long as you get over 12.
You want me to roll or... Yeah, sure. One of them missed, actually.
Yeah, my thing is still
Or
loading back
two
in.
of
So
them.
it showed the other things that you rolled, but it's not showing anything else because it's not loading for some reason.
Yeah, 2 of them missed, but I hit one of them.
Alright. So you missed the same guy twice as he tries to dodge out of the way, but unfortunately you punch him right... There we go, it loaded. You punch him right in the face. No, wait, it's in a different order. So 1 miss, and then he dodged, and then you hit the guy as you in the place where he dodged into. And then you try to hit the next guy, but unfortunately he dodges out of the way as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna say after that, you guys basically massacre those scientists. However, after the scientists are all dead, those guys who had the powerful weapons come out of different rooms, and they start approaching you. These guys are a bit more powerful.
Okay, so how many and who do I see?
Above a 13 to kill them.
A bit more than that. There are 4 of them. 1 is wielding a flaming sword, and 2 others just seem to be standing there with no weapon, and another guy has a gun of some sort.
Okay.
He didn't double check it, did he now?
I'll run over to the 2 people who are just standing there, because I'm unsure what they have, what they're using. So I'm gonna punch those first.
Alright, roll at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah. Because they have something.
13,
Cloak of
is that it?
displacement.
You notice that he suddenly vanishes and shows up in a different location. Very close to where you hit, but just far
21.
enough away so that... Yeah, this time you anticipate that he's gonna vanish, and you manage to hit in a slightly different location, and you just hit him really hard. Roll damage.
And the next ones are at normal. So I'm not sure how much HP he has, but is he looking hurt at that, or?
He looks really hurt after that. He's just a
Okay,
slightly
so-
more powerful scientist.
Okay, so he's dead.
Alright, just roll the damage. Okay, yeah, he's like, even if you were doing non-lethal damage, he's gone.
So in that case, I will just punch him, and seeing that the cloak did that, I'll just swing the cloak with me. So I'll take that.
Technically, it's not a cloak. You pick up a little silver medallion-shaped thing, and yeah, it does the same thing, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Medallion of displacement.
Yeah. Because they're experimenting
I
on
guess-
new ways to do things, so...
So I
they
guess
made
that's my turn.
Yep. Bloodbeard, he shoots at the guy with the sword, so I'm going to say that the guy with the sword is engaged with him, and since it's 2 NPCs, I'm just going to let that ride out.
Yeah.
And you get to go again. No, wait. One of them is going to... The bad guy...
There's the gun guy, and there's the other guy without the gun. Or
Yeah,
without
the
the weapon.
guy who has the gun is backing away from you. He's clearly the others were. And he backs away, and he rolls to hit you. 11, that misses.
That misses. I just catch the bullet.
Yeah.
Unless he does multi-attack, then that's every reaction.
No.
But yeah, basically.
No, he doesn't do anything else. He only gets 1 attack.
So yeah, I just... Yeah.
And the other guy is going to reach out at you with a magical item, but it's a touch attack, but he still has to hit you. 23.
23 definitely hits.
Alright, he hits you in the mouth with something, and these multiple points stick into your mouth, dealing damage.
Okay, what's this weapon?
It deals 8 damage, and you see blades begin to extend from it and start going closer to your face.
Okay,
However, it is stuck in your mouth.
okay.
Sounds
So
like
yeah,
a
I will-
jaw trap.
It's that thing that
Yeah.
you saw that you ignored.
I will just punch the shit out of this scientist.
Oh, I did get another blade for it.
So, go ahead, hit him. Unfortunately, you miss, but then you hit.
18,
Yeah, 18 hits. Yeah, he's
21
done.
damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is done.
And then for my bonus action, can I attempt to like pull this thing out, or would that be an action? Or
I would say that that's an action, but I'll let you spend a key point to attempt to do it, if you wish.
I think I'll save it then. I'll just grab whatever you use to do it and move to the next guy.
Okay.
So what should I call it?
He just had it in his hand. So this item that he put on your face was just in his hand.
Okay.
So-
So does he
So
have
that
anything else like,
item-
on him, like
Not that
clearly
you
visible?
notice. Not that you notice.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just run over to the next guy and I will punch him.
Alright, that hits him.
16
He's
damage.
just barely standing.
Okay.
But he's got a gun, so let's see how that goes. Bloodbeard is engaged with the guy with the sword. And okay, so it is guy with guns' turn. He's going to attempt to back away from you, since you are melee range with him.
Sure.
He doesn't use disengage.
He takes 19 damage for that.
Alright, he gets knocked unconscious. Because that was the only weapon he had, so that was the only chance he had, was to move away from you and shoot you. So he gets knocked out. So I assume you
And
killed
if it's back-
them.
Yeah. And I will just try and pull this thing, whatever it is, from out of my mouth.
Okay. Are you going to use a key point to do that?
No, when it's back to my turn, because this was my reaction.
Okay. As you do not do it this turn, the blades reach your mouth, automatically dealing. Because you could have removed it, but
Your choice.
11 damage
Okay.
to your mouth as it just cuts into your skin.
Yeah.
Alright, Bloodbeard is still engaged. This other guy apparently is a lot harder to deal with. However, you are now on your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and pull this thing out.
Alright, make a strength saving throw.
Strength
And yes,
saving throw.
specifically a saving throw.
19.
Alright, you managed to pull it off. However, it still deals a little bit of damage. Another 9 damage.
Okay.
And it rips
And
some
I
of the
will run
skin
up.
on your lips off, but it's off now.
I will just take the gun and I will run over to the new guy.
Okay. So you take the gun, you have the gun, you run
And
over to
bonus
this.
action punch. So it completely misses.
Yeah. Alright. But now that he is fighting on 2 fronts, Bloodbeard just manages to get his cutlass into the right spot. So, as a result of you swinging, distracted the guy just enough so that way Bloodbeard could get an opening and kill this
Is he
guy.
completely dead?
Yeah, the guy is done.
Okay, because I'm just wondering about my hour of ripping. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I will, I will just take his sword too then, and I will run around and see what I find.
Alright,
I guess I'll go to the mask first, because I mean I saw it first.
alright.
Oh, you saw it second, technically.
Yeah, what
You
did I
go-
see first?
You go up and pick up the mask. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, sure. 15.
You actually succeed. You hear a voice emanating from the mask, and it says, "So, you decided to kill everyone here as a result of what I did to your friend."
They
And that's
were...
coming from the mask.
Okay. I guess I'll tell the masks they were fated to die here today. He was not.
He's still alive, I guess. Unless if you say anything else, he's going to make you make another wisdom saving throw, unless if you put the mask down. I mean, when you made the first wisdom saving throw, you felt something, so... decide whether or not to keep holding on to the mask. Just gonna grab a Kleenex.
I guess I will throw it to the side.
And just make sure no one finds it ever again.
You throw it down to the side, and you can still hear its voice. Sorry about that.
No problem.
You throw it down to the side, and you can still hear its voice, and it says, "And you would have been such an easy host." And that's what he says.
Okay. I'll just tell him my path leads me elsewhere.
He goes, "Someone else will find me."
And I search more around for more stuff.
Okay. In one of the other rooms, you go in, it has a couple of vials of magical stuff. That you're
Sure.
not sure what they are.
How many vials?
4 mysterious vials.
Okay. What else do I find? I just keep running through.
Okay. You find a couple blueprints for things that haven't been made yet. You can take those if you want.
I don't take those. It doesn't seem important to me.
Okay. Bloodbeard is following behind, searching other rooms. And he would take those.
Yeah, that's fine.
But either way, let's see. There's a prototype for some other magic item. It looks like a ball that has like a bunch of gears in it. I'm not sure what that is.
Sure, I'll just put it in my pack.
And you find another experimental item that is only half complete. Otherwise, they took their magical items to use against you. So most of the stuff that they were experimenting with, they took against to try to stop you. So this other thing is half complete.
So half complete with blueprints, I guess? Don't know.
It has a separate blueprint.
Okay. Well, it would be handy to have the blueprint with it to when you're taking it apart and putting it back together. I mean,
it
seems
looks
logical.
like legs. But you don't know what it is. If you don't take it, Captain Bloodbeard would take it, because he knows that he has a crewmate that specializes in such things.
Yeah, I already took it. Half-finished magic item.
Okay. So, you take all that out, and you go up onto the dock, and you realize that a huge fight has broken out. There's like, it's basically like one of those scenes from movies where there's like one guy fighting one guy, and there's like 50 other people individually fighting one person.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to keep the people from going in there. And as you guys appear, your crew members go back to the ship as they start running away.
Sure.
And the guards are hot on their tail. So do you want to just quickly get into the ship?
Yeah, why not?
All right, you guys quickly get into the ship. The ship begins to take off. And you, Captain, make a perception check. Yeah, you notice as you get on the ship, two of the people who were fighting were those people that you told to look for information. And they hopped on the ship as well. They didn't care. They just went on the ship.
Sure.
So, those three people, the tiefling, the other guy that you made run away, and the drunk guy, they're all on the ship. But the guy who had no pants, he has pants now.
First order of business, rip off his pants and throw it in the ocean. No.
So yeah, they were part of the scuffle. They were going to report to you at the ship when that happened.
Yeah. So I guess
So-
the ship is setting sail, and that would be a good place to end it.
Yeah, I suppose so. So the ship sets sail back onto the seas. You now freshly have a bunch of new items that you aren't sure what they are, or what all of the properties of those things can do. And you're not sure if somebody's just going to go down there and pick up that mask or not, and that might come to be a problem later. We'll see. But either way, you've dealt with the situation.
That's true.
So, what do you guys think? What did you guys think?
Hella hard to keep myself from need to crush civilization.
But yeah, they managed to completely raid that experiment lab.
Yeah.
Perfect. That mask is never going to get on board.
I also have to go now, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah.